Yo, it's Zeus. Triple H, honest, humble, handsome, straight facts. MAGA faithful. Your time's up, hypocrites, liars. Pack your bags. Straight to hell. No return. Let's annihilate. MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Hypocrites crying while your dear leader casts a spell. Racist, misogynist, sedition on the 6th Epstein territory, warmonger, make them twitch.
What about my egg? What about my gas? Groceries high as hell. You blame Biden, blame Kamala, now Trump's ringing the bell. Tariffs on Liberation Day, I ran war, sky high prices. Your lies exposed, no disguises. Zeus sends you to the vices. To
MAGA straight to hell.
Triple H annihilate, ring the funeral bell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Ring the funeral bell.
You claim that I rode, but walk with the worst. Racism in your veins, misogyny rehearsed. January 6th edition, storming like a mob. Further right, Epstein files, birds of the same flock. Warmonger dreams, bombs dropping on Iran. Gas prices skyrocket, feel the pain in every skin. You scream by Biden's eggs, Kamala's grocery cart. Now under your king, inflation tearing worlds apart. Honest, Zeus here, humble but precise. Flip the script daily, living in denial and vice. Most handsome truth teller, exposing every lie. MAGA man slipping, watch your empire die.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
Yeah, Liberation Day tariffs, you called it victory grand. Now shelves empty, costs rising across the land. Complaints you heard at the left, now triple under Trump. Gas through the roof from the war that you trumped. Hypocrites unified in selective memory, ignore the facts. Bow to your leaders, felony from border rants to endless grieving shows. Zeus annihilates, expose, decompose.
Handsome, honest, humble, the triple threat complete. You MAGA pawns, scatter, defeated in defeat. No redemption, off your path leads below. Straight to hell's gates where the real fires flow.
Every accusation you leveled at the other side bounces back harder. Can't run, can't hide. Racism, misogyny, sedition, endless war. Your dear leader delivers worse than before. Zeus speaks truth, no filter, no fear. Social media's beacon crystal clear. Pack your hypocrisy, your lies, your disdain. The descent begins eternal flame.
MAGA to the
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell.
Zeus wins, Triple H reigns.
Honest, humble, handsome, forever unchanged. MAGA straight to hell. MAGA straight to hell.
To hell. To hell.
All right. Good morning. Can you all hear me out there? Just double checking. You can hear me, right? I want to double check before they get started. You can hear me?
Crossing review.
Okay, good. I'm on a remote location, so we're going to do things a little differently today. All right? Okay. We're going to make it work, though.
It's like a curse.
Let's go.
You can't skip it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up the
Go,
grass.
ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, head in class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so well, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is what's supposed to happen when you rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get me, they trust me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
What about now? Can you hear me now? No sound? Can you hear me now? All right, we're gonna do it like that. Thank you. Yeah, Zeus is on the road, and that means um, we're gonna have to switch things up and maybe just have conversations today. Does that sound like a deal? We'll get in and out as quick as possible. And so, before we get into that, let me take care of some very important housekeeping items. Why did I hear an echo? Hold on, there's an echo in my ear, and it really is annoying. Hold on, bear with me. And no, my mom didn't kick me out of the house. What are you talking about? Shame on you. You move and you go to a different place, and you got to change your settings. You know how this works. All right, well, let's go. Well, let's go ahead and get the introductions out of the way. For those of you, this might be your very first time listening to someone like myself. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Because, well, the first H is because I'm honest, the most in that category. Second H is because I'm humble, the most in that category. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly because I am and always remain the most handsome. Got that out of the way. Tap the screen. Share the live. Make sure you're following Big Zeus. And so today, since I can't do what I normally do when I'm at the so-called the residence, the Zeus Kingdom, right? I wanted to check in with the audience to get our fingers on the pulse in terms of what's going on in the United States of America, and in particular, MAGA. And so one of the things I want to know is, can you Trump supporters provide any evidence that Donald Trump is doing a good job? Are there any Trump supporters out there that could come up and do that? It would really mean a lot. All right, thank you, Rosie. I hear a crazy echo in my ear. Hold on, let me see if I can change something else. I got to get rid of this echo. What about now? All right, can you still hear me? Can you hear me? It's fine. Well, for you, it's fine. Yeah. So what we're dealing with right now in the United States of America is it's a serious problem. When you question these Trump supporters, they can never give you any evidence that Donald Trump is doing a great job. And it's getting quite annoying. They give Donald Trump a pass. Did you see him fall asleep yesterday? Did you all see Donald Trump falling asleep during his important press conference that he had about coal? And you have to sit there and you say, why do Trump supporters continue to excuse it? Where are the Trump supporters at? You know the difference between right and wrong, right? Why do you continue to excuse Donald Trump and all of his corruption? MAGA, please, I beg of you, and I don't like to beg, but seriously, provide us all with evidence that Donald Trump is doing a good job helping everyday Americans. I heard the jobs report came out today. You heard about the jobs report? Did you hear about the job report? What does the job report say? Yeah, who's using coal? Yeah. Oh, okay, there you go. There we go. Thank you, Rick. All right, Shelly. Shelly, please come on up here. I think Shelly, are you mocking us? Are you trolling? Are you just being funny? Do you really believe that, Shelly? You believe he's working 17 hours a day? And what is he working on? Come on up here, Shelly. I mean, it's the same song and dance. Every time we talk to these Trump supporters, they just say a bunch of random things in audience, but no evidence to back it up. Yeah, he was working on sleeping. Pam Bondi. Did you hear what Pam Bondi did? Yeah, she threw Todd Blanche under the desk, under the bus. Yeah, she said, I didn't release all the Epstein files because of Todd Blanche. Is that an acceptable answer? Is that an acceptable answer? I got a serious echo. Is that an acceptable answer for the attorney general to blame someone else for her not doing her job? Yeah. And MAGA won't say anything. Yeah. Yeah, see? So where are the Trump supporters at? Where are my critics? Where are my detractors? Where are the people that like to say Donald Trump is doing an excellent job? He's rebuilding America, making it one of the hottest countries we've ever seen. Where? Yeah. Thank you. DeSantis. Yeah. They can send a guest request. The guest request is open. Don't run. I know you're in here. Yeah. See, normally I would go through my spiel and have a bunch of videos that just totally destroy all these Trump supporters. But, you know, where we're at right now in terms of our growth, you know, you just can't send MAGA straight to hell every morning like I've been doing for all these years. So seriously, yeah. How many of you would love to see some evidence that the economy is doing better for everyday Americans based on the policies that Republicans have passed since Trump has been in office? I would really love to see it. All Democrats are racist. There we go. We got one. Come on up here. Come on up here, Wayne. This is easy. You don't like, MAGA doesn't like having conversations about racism. Wayne. Wayne, I sent you an invite. See what I'm saying? Wayne, how are Democrats racist? Explain. Didn't Joe Biden put a black woman on the Supreme Court? Didn't he have a black vice president? Wasn't he Barack's vice president? What are you talking about? Huh. Yeah. It's just a bunch of complaining, fragile, and I hate to say it, but what is it? You know, the usual suspect, right? Fragile white male somewhere in a rural part of America. You know the drill, right? Somewhere along the way, they've been mistreated in their minds, right? WCC, thank you. Somewhere in their minds, they feel they've been mistreated, they've been wrong, they've experienced injustice, so to speak. And you ask them, well, when did you experience this injustice? And then they'll always bring up a story where they had an encounter, you know, and they call it an encounter as if they were on a safari out in the wild, right? I had an encounter with a person of color or a black person or a woman, because you know these folks are misogynists too. And it didn't go in the way that I thought it would go. And ever since then, I've never been the same. And so now I am the victim, you know, the whole woe is me story. W little hot. Thank you. Yeah. And then you ask them, so tell me a little bit about what happened to you. And they really put it on thick, you know, crocodile tears. You say, wow, I can't believe she broke your heart. Wow. Brother Jamal stole your girlfriend? Oh, that's painful. Really? Brother Jamal did that to you? What? Remember that story the guy said he couldn't get on the basketball team, but Brother Jamal could? I said, wow, that's real racism, right? And then you say, okay, now do me a favor. Why don't you go and pick up one of these books by some of these, these highly educated, you know, very esteemed African Americans who documented, you know, some of the horrors that took place during slavery, right? You say, go ahead and pick that book up and read about what your kind. I'm talking in particular to the conservative white men, especially those of you who put that red hat on. Go and read and look up all the horrors, the atrocities that were committed. All right? I mean, what you all did to black women and black men? And then you say, now, come on up here and talk to us about that. You know what they go? Oh, see, there you go, Zeus. Why do we always got to talk about what happened in the past? W's in the chat for my brother Isaiah. Don't you hate it, Isaiah? When you say, All right. So you believe you're a victim. You're talking to the conservative men. They think they're the DEI stuff did a number on them. And then you start talking to them about what white people did in America to black people and indigenous people. Don't they always crash out? Doesn't every single W's in the chat from my doesn't every single Trump supporter crash out when you start reading to them stories? They say black people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And then you show them stories where black men did this, black women did this, and then the mob was sicked on them. And their businesses were burned to the ground all over the South, all over the Deep South. They don't want to hear about that. They'll say, oh, to the women, how are women losing their rights? Since the Dobbs decision, how are women losing their rights? They always love to gaslight you into believing there's really no problem going on here in the United States. They want to go and bring up random statistics that have absolutely nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now. You go to the gas station, gas is over $6 a gallon out here in California. And it's higher. I know this because it's higher in California, but in general, gas prices have gone up. W's in the chat. And this is the thing that bothers me. WVIP, wow, happy Friday. And by the way, MAGA, you see the question. Where is the evidence? As soon as you get it, send me a guest request and bring it. All right. And the evidence that I want is it's real simple, because I've been speaking to a lot of the younger college students lately, and they're struggling. Right. And, some of them support Trump, but they're struggling. So I say, well, what is Donald Trump doing to help you? And none of them can give me any answers. None of them. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'll go onto my platform and I'm going to watch other people's platform, like Isaiah Martin too. And I watch them. And whoever, Straight Facts, who else? Dean Parker, Santana. I watch all these platforms and I'm like, there's a drought. There is a drought. All you want to do is get in the box and worry about what somebody's doing with their genitals. This is what these folks are sick. And listen up, man, I'll say this. Don't worry about what another grown person is doing with their body. That's the least of your problems. You should be focusing on the cost of living and the gas prices, getting the education, learning not just how to read, but comprehend, because it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing, right? That's all they have. These folks are worried about what you are doing when you go on a date with so-and-so. Why are you worried about that? Well, because guess what? I can't get a date, so I'm a miserable person. And they say misery loves company, right? So instead of me doing the work that it takes to become a lovable person, right? You're going to turn around and hate on Big Zeus and hate on the Democrats, hate on women. These people hate women. They hate women. Grown men never went on a date in their life hating women. Why? And it always goes back to some story back when they were a kid where a woman rejected them. Oh my goodness, cry me a story. Boo-hoo. These people are sick. So MAGA, look at that. Yeah, they let Trump talk about the ballroom, the reflecting pool. They let Trump fall asleep in the cabinet meeting. I watched that cabinet meeting yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see it? Did you see Trump falling asleep? First it started like this. He does like this. And many of us who've gone to church before, what this is. This is real struggling, all right? And we know how this is ultimately going to end. Now, when you were in church, though, you used to get some fire on your side when you fall asleep like that, because that's disrespectful. But here we are in the middle of a war. Americans are struggling. And this guy sitting in the White House doing like this, waking up, talking about God knows what, going back to sleep, waking up, talking about. And I'm sitting there going, if Joe Biden would have done that, or if Obama would have done that, we would never hear the end of it. Fox News, to be honest with you, the way they played Obama riding a bike or wearing that tan suit? Could you imagine what Fox News would have done if they had video evidence of Barack Hussein Obama falling asleep like this. Huh? What did you say? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where are we going to go eat, huh? What did you say? Okay, let me go back to sleep. Medication's kicking in. Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, the Gulf of America. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Has absolutely nothing to do. Fall back asleep again. And then the best part of it was when he had to turn this way like this, and then he had to lean back and listen to what the guy said. I said, oh, he's cooked. There's no way you're already sleepy. Listen, you're already sleepy, champ. And you had the audacity to try this move and look up. We look weak. We look weak. And none of these Trump supporters out there, none of them will actually say, Donald Trump, step down, resign. You're not doing your job. You're worse than Joe Biden. None of them will say that. Trump's winning. Come on up here, Scott. Tell us all how Trump is winning. And if you don't mind, bring evidence. How many of you would like to see Scott? Oh, Scott. I remember you.
Trump's winning, rent-free in your heads, that's why he's winning. Rent-free in your heads. It's all you talk about for the last 3 years. Trump, he's winning. He's depleting you all by making you keep talking about the news daily.
Scott?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the evidence? That's all. I mean, because
I
if you
just
wanted to
told you
roast
you're
each
having
other,
a
you know I'm going to
about
win.
it for the last 3 years.
Scott,
Rent-free in your house.
Scott, look at me. Listen to me.
That is evidence. He's winning.
Scott, listen to me.
He's winning.
Can
He's
you listen to me?
you.
Scott, can you listen?
Yeah.
If it comes down to just us roasting each other, I'm going to win. You know why? Because number one, I'm way more handsome than you. That's it. I could get away with a lot more things. So just stop embarrassing
yourself. You can't get away with any more than I am. I'm an indigenous person from an Indian tribe, so I don't think you can get away with more than I can. Sorry. Nice try, though.
And you're not even funny. So that's 2 strikes against you, Scott. The only thing you can do to get yourself out of this predicament is to just give me and the rest of us who are listening the evidence that Donald Trump has made your life better. Do you got it on you?
The evidence is you guys still talking about the dude for 6 years. He's winning rent-free in your heads. That's the evidence. Find something else to talk about. You guys just keep Trump. What are you all going to do when he leaves office in 3 years? Then what are you going to talk about?
You want us to ignore what he's doing? How does that make sense?
Nobody wants him to ignore it. It's stupid.
Okay. So
I agree with some of it. I agree some of it's stupid, dude. I agree with you. I ain't ignorant.
some of it? Or all of it? Because you just said
Some.
you're not ignorant. And you just said that, so I'm going to hold you to it. What do you agree with? And in particular, how does what you agree with translate into you doing better as an American? Because this is an easy win for Zeus. I shouldn't do this. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
I ain't anywhere. Our gas prices are down. Our
Biden.
gas prices dropped again today, 20 more cents.
Okay.
Gas prices are going down. I can't help you live in California.
What is the average gas price where you're at?
Blame your state for your state taxes. Your state gas taxes is what makes your gas prices.
What's the average price of gas where you're at?
$3.28.
Oh, I was going to look into it. I was hoping you were going to say $1.85 a gallon, $2 a gallon. What happened to that? Remember Trump talked about that? He was bragging about it. Where'd that go?
They weren't even that price when Biden was in. They were more expensive during Joe Biden's presidency. Facts.
So, Scott, Scott,
Yeah.
the prices that you're paying today are higher than they were when Biden left office. Case closed. So please stop.
When he
spreading
left office, but they
misinformation.
weren't high.
Please,
But they
please,
were not higher than they were higher
Okay.
when he was in office. I'm saying. You were
Okay, so what
listening
made
to
them
all of
go
it.
up? This is a trick question, Scott. What made the gas prices go up based on your intellect, your understanding, your
Well, let me
knowledge?
guess. Demand. Supply and demand.
Wrong. How about that? All right, so Scott, here's the thing. I think you're pretty much done, bro. You're not even trying to be sincere.
You have to blame your states for your state gas tax. That does not help anything. Your greedy state also raises your
I
gas
guess.
prices.
What state are you from, Scott?
I had to mute him. His mic is terrible.
Yeah,
He's
it is
in,
really loud.
Timbuktu. Just say he's in Timbuktu.
Well, I mean, Zeus, we're out in California, and the gas tax is roughly, 10 cents, maybe a little bit more to each gallon.
Yeah.
And the tax goes to fixing the roads. And I don't know about your area, but my area, we're fixing the roads tremendously out here. Honestly, it's to a point where it's getting a little
goes to having
annoying.
cleaner burning gas, right? Because
Yes, carb
back in
mandates.
because there used to be lead in the gas and
Yes,
smog all over these
100%.
very populated areas, and so they decided to engineer some gasoline that burned cleaner. So a lot of people want
Yep.
to blame Gavin, but this is policy that had been put in place. Well
Exactly.
before
We have
Gavin,
cleaner
and that's
burning
why we
fuel
have
in
one of the
California.
best states in the union. W's in the chat for this. So tell this Scott
Absolutely.
situation in the bottom. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, you got cleaner burning fuel in California. That's why all the truck drivers are still using the same fuel they've used for 50 freaking generations.
Okay,
Scott,
that doesn't mean anything. We're in
It
California.
ain't
We
any
care
clean.
about.
It isn't any cleaner. It is no cleaner. Actually, to tell you the honest
Scott,
God's
what
truth,
state are you in?
now they're.
Oh boy.
Hey, I said Wisconsin. To
Sir,
tell you the
we
honest
have.
God's truth.
He said Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The reason why prices are going up too is because some refineries have left because we do have
They're
cleaner
going
burning
down.
fuel.
Ours just dropped
Wow,
20 more
dude.
cents this week.
Is it because I'm a
No.
woman? Is that what it is? That you just
No,
can't
'cause you
shut
don't
up?
let me finish. You guys
You
can't shut
don't.
up and let me
You were
finish either.
paused. You were
No, I
paused.
was not.
Hey, Jess.
Your dumbass
Hey, Jess.
fucking host did that shit.
Hey, hold
Wow.
on,
Your dumbass
Scott,
host
hold
did
on,
that
Scott,
shit.
Scott,
Are
calm
you
down, hold on.
okay?
Hey, Jess, isn't it funny when these conservative men always say, "You don't let me finish"? Because that means a lot of things.
Well, you know what's funny? They don't let their wife finish if they're lucky enough to have one.
Thank you for catching that. That was what you call an alley
I've been
slam.
married 30 years. Fuck off.
Yeah, I bet she still needs her Hitachi afterwards too,
How
though.
about that, you piece of shit fucking liberal? Shut up.
Wait.
I bet she still needs her rose afterwards too, right?
And I bet you
She
ain't
needs
got
her
no
magic
boyfriend
wand?
either. You probably jerk off all the time. You jigger. Shut up.
You're so weird.
Scott, now I got to make you drop, Scott. I got to make you drop. Cool off, Scott. Cool off, bro. Jess, W's in the chat for Jess. Because he never gave us any evidence, and it just turned into insults, and we're better than that. All of us are way better than that. And at the end of the day, and I'm going to say this, and then Jess, you can say what you need to say too, but when you're an ugly conservative man, you really don't have much room to talk. And I'm going to leave it at that.
That was
Yes.
pretty wild. I
Yeah.
just wanted to talk about whose roads might be better because it sounded like he was driving on a dusty dirt road and we're over here debating the gas tax while our roads are getting fixed as we speak. I was going to say, it's getting a little annoying with all the road work out here, but it's phenomenal that our roads are going to be nice and smooth and pretty. But yeah, that's besides the point. That's like the least of my worries. My worry is the WAR going on overseas, and I'm very glad that 4 Republicans joined Democrats to block his powers. But at the same time, you're over here saying, "Oh, well, California, why are you obsessed with us?" Trump is already obsessing over the primary, saying we're having fraudulent elections out here. because his candidates are not doing as well as he would have hoped.
Yeah.
It's a really darn shame. And like you said, there is 100% a drought because they can't support what's happening anymore. And if they do, they're like Scott.
Yep. Want to insult women. You see that? And if we drill down in Scott's background, I'm pretty sure a woman has hurt him and he's never processed the trauma, which is why he and men like him easily crash out when they are challenged. Scott, get help. All right? Seriously.
Yeah, I really hope you get
shouldn't do
some. I'm guarantee he's got some holes in his drywall.
that. And that's not funny. That's serious. But thank you, Jess. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no. And with that, I mean, I'll drop down. Happy Friday. I hope you have a great day. But yeah, he's weak.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. W's in the chat for my good friend. Yeah, see, I know we had the ability to demonstrate we had range on shows like this. Yeah. So next Trump supporter, any Trump voters out there, send a guest request. Promise me you won't crash out and do the insulting stuff. All right, because a lot of us want to know where the evidence is. Good morning, Val.
What's going on, sir?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? How's it going, Kingdom? You know, for Scott down there, Scott in California, it's referred to as CARB. CARB is the board that puts together what the diesel has to be and the fuel has to be in California. It is actually mandates specific formulations that limit sulfur and aromatic hydrocarbons that heavily reduce soot, particulate matter, and harmful tailpipe emissions. This has been going on for over 2 decades in California, and the reason they had to do it, sir, is because you sound like you're old enough to remember when California, you can go to San Francisco or you can go to LA without running into smog. You remember that word, smog, there, Scott? But California's board that went through the fuels actually reduced smog, and in some cases just flat got rid of it in cities, in their heavily populated cities. Sir, that's what you do to protect your citizenry.
And Val, doesn't that help reduce there were health consequences as a result of
Very
smog,
big health
for instance,
consequences with
asthma,
smog.
right, and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yes.
that, right?
hmm
So,
Very
in
big
your
health
position, was it worth the investment for California to move in
Absolutely.
that direction, or should
And
we have
there's
left the smog the
no,
way
no,
it
and
was?
there's one other thing because of that work. California's been a growing state for over almost 2 to 3 decades now, growing at enormous rates, right? And even though y'all like to say everybody's moving, people move all over the country. But if you actually look at the numbers, California's still growing at a very high percentage. And what people like that don't understand is this: they like to use fuel prices, but they never put the whole picture together, right? Yes, is fuel $5, $5, $6, $7 in California? Yes, it is. But your rate of pay in California, your percentage of pay in California compared to the rest of the country is also higher. Therefore, if you actually use the percentages, they actually do pretty, you know what I'm saying? They actually do pretty well. And if you actually use percentages, they probably pay about the same as gas as all the rest of us, based on the percentage of their paycheck.
Thank you, Val. Thank you for clearing that up. Is that a guitar in the background? Sounds like somebody's riffing.
No, I'm sorry. They're remodeling my bathroom.
Oh, I thought it was a guitar riff in the background. I said, wow, that's pretty good. But yeah, thank you for clearing that up because Scott said he's pretty, what did he say? He's intelligent? I think he called himself intelligent.
Well, whoever that was talking was anything but intelligent.
Oh, thank you. There you
Here,
go. There you go.
I'm too quiet area. No, here's the thing with people like Scott. We see him all the time, right? Scott, you equate false knowledge that you read online because of because you read articles and stuff that are skewed one direction to the other, and rather than trying to find actual news, that doesn't make you smart. It actually makes you dumber.
Good point. Good point. And Rick said he didn't say he was intelligent. He said he's not ignorant. So thank you, Rick, for clearing that up. Scott.
That's suggestive, I think.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're gonna try to keep it moving, brother Val.
Keep it moving along, guys.
Random Trump voters out there, if they can come up here and give us the evidence. That's what this show is about today. We want evidence. Have you seen MAGA give, before you go, have you seen MAGA ever give any evidence to prove that Donald Trump?
No, they'll pull up a piece of evidence, and when they do, if you actually, because they'll throw out an article, right, or throw out, some sort of deal. And when you actually go look at it and you actually start paying attention to it, you find out that they've skewed the number in some way or tried to spin it in a way that suits their narrative, although the numbers don't support that. That is, you know what I'm saying? That is what they do most of the time when they do try to pull up something. But most of the time, no, they're the do your own research crowd. Well, sir, you can't do research. You can't do research based off of a false narrative. Period.
You really can't. Case closed. All right. Thank you, brother Val. Ladies and gentlemen, give Val a round of applause. No lies attachment. We're doing an incredible show today. It's not the normal way, but it's working out. So again, if you're a Trump supporter, please identify yourselves in the audience right now. Please put a 1 in the chat if you're MAGA, if you're a Trump supporter, or put a 1 in the chat if you believe that Donald Trump is doing an outstanding job. A lot of us need to know where you're getting the information from, because I want to be proven wrong in a way, right? I would love to be proven wrong. Scott's the only one putting a 1 in the chat. Scott, the problem is you don't have any evidence. It's just opinion. It's insults. No one wants to hear that bright and early. What I'm trying to do is fulfill the promise that I made to the next generation when I said I'm going to go check in with MAGA to get the evidence to bring back to them, to show them that Donald Trump is genuinely trying to help them out. Right? So besides deranged Scott, and by the way, Scott, I didn't bring up the fact that we had that conversation about your health care and you never came back to confirm it. So we already know what that is. Don't try to clean it up now. I remember it very, very well. And it's sad. It's really sad that folks like yourself, had to go through that. But you know what? A hard head makes for a soft, you know what? Does anyone believe Trump added 172,000 jobs? Absolutely not. No, I don't trust any of the information that's coming out of the Trump administration. And I would advise you really take it with a grain of salt. All right. Believe what's happening with your wallets. Believe what you see when you go inside of your 401k and do an early withdrawal. Believe when your small business starts to suffer and perhaps shuts down. Believe that. Believe what you see when you go to the gas station and you're spending more for gas, 50% more. Believe what you're paying at the grocery store. Because if you believe what Donald Trump and his supporters are saying, you're setting yourselves up for failure. Yeah. And again, I didn't get to go too deep into it, but I'm going, what kind of jobs? What kind of jobs? I mean, okay, somebody gets a job cutting grass. That's not enough to provide for yourself. So let's not count that. That doesn't count. A job should be a job that allows you to take care of yourself. All right. You pay all the bills and you still got money left over. That should be considered a job. All this other stuff in between, it don't make no sense. WVIP. So again, MAGA, identify yourselves in the audience real quick. We don't got all morning to shake and bake and cook. Where are you at? There's 1,000 of you in here. Don't hide. Yeah, don't hide. Where are you at? All right, fair enough. You can't say I'm not a fair host. You really can't. Who do we have here? Tina. Good morning, Tina. I guess, Tina, that was an accident. Fair enough. Moving it along. Sugar Mama
Oh,
accident. Gotcha. I heard you say, oops. All right, moving it along. My good friend Ange. How many galaxies is that, right? Good morning, Ange. Was this an accident?
No. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not sending you a galaxy. I already sent you a gift.
Well, I didn't know if this was an accident or not. The last two were
No.
accidents.
I'm playing. No, I just came up, talking about, or my daughter and I talking about this morning, Trump saying that now affordability is a con job and a narrative by the Democrats. I mean, come on. I'm just going to say it to y'all right now. I'm just going to give it to you straight. Trumpers, I know you're struggling. I know you are. Quit lying. Quit lying. I'll just say you have a lot less money than me, and we're cutting corners over here. We are looking at the prices of things in the grocery stores, not just grabbing it and throwing it in the cart. Our gas prices, we travel quite a bit. We're putting in, instead of filling the tank with $40 is closer to 60. I mean, do these people have eyeballs? You know, and you don't. It's just becoming so frustrating with them. At what point do you say, or do you admit, all right, let me just go with what I always say. They simp for a man, for a billionaire that has never struggled in his life. He came out with the silver spoon. He doesn't drive, you guys, because he's been in a limo his whole life. He doesn't even drive. And what are you guys doing? You can't even afford to drive right now with the gas prices. It's just not making any sense. MAGA, it doesn't. And you come in my lives too, and you got nothing. That's the other thing, Zeus, I'm noticing. They don't like to come up onto your live. They will come up, mostly MAGA men, and come up just to insult me, to insult my appearance, just the whole misogyny thing. So they'll come up over to mine and just be nasty.
Yeah.
Just nasty. I can't even, I think I told you some of what they said. I can't say it publicly, the things they say. And that's it. They don't have any
they're
other.
Christians, right? They call themselves
Of
Christians.
course, go look at the bio and it'll say Christians. Of course they are. And I'm sitting here thinking I don't belong to organized religion, and I would never say the things that they say, ever. Why don't you just try to wake up and be a damn good person? Can you just try that just once? And on a personal note, I wish RFK Jr. was in here to hear this. Okay, I really do.
He's listening.
My son, who has autism, is graduating high school tonight. How
Let's
is this
go.
possible?
That's amazing. That's a good news.
It's weird. He hasn't ruined our life. He hasn't done all of those things. I didn't take Tylenol when I was pregnant. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He is graduating tonight. He plays basketball.
Congratulations.
He's had girlfriends. He's all the things that RFK Jr. said that he could never friggin' be. He's all of the things. So,
Amen. That's what we wanna
RFK
hear.
Jr., I
Great
hope you're
news.
listening, you loser. And he's had a struggle with this, but he has persevered, and I could not be more proud. I really couldn't.
Well, we're proud of you. We're proud of your son, because that's incredible. That's a real testament of how important it is to ignore the hate and just continue
definitely,
to
Tara.
shine. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's very unsettling and scary that there are people listening to that man. I'm not a doctor, so I won't go, my story with my son is anecdotal, but I can just tell you. And also, he's had great teachers. You guys need to get off the teachers, and they're indoctrinating them and everything. He's graduating because of himself and his teachers.
Yeah.
In a public school even. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Get
Yeah.
him, man. Let's go. This is what we're talking about.
They're
Anything
talking
is
about
truly
these
possible.
kids
Just
being
don't listen to MAGA.
indoctrinated. No. If anybody's indoctrinating children, they're indoctrinating their own children, is what they're doing. To be hateful and ignorant. And I have to behave myself sometimes when I pick up my kids, because I see them. Zeus, one of them, a teenager had a Confederate flag on the back of his truck. next to
What?
a Trump flag. Yes, I saw that, and all right, I'm going to be a Karen right now. I called. I went, or did I go in
Good.
on that one? A Confederate flag in a public school parking lot next to a what? A Trump flag. So, anyway, that's
Well,
all
that's
I
why
have to
we always
say.
say when they start bringing up the Democrats was the party that were being pro-slavery, and we say no, 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 no. It's really about the conservative brand and in the South,
Mhm.
right? Trump supporters are the ones bragging about the Confederate flag, complaining about reverse racism. Make no mistake about it, not the Democrats. So I am so glad that you did what you did and exposed that demon because it's sad. Parents are raising demons.
They
I shouldn't
are.
even say that.
No,
I
they
shouldn't even
are.
say that.
I'm seeing it in the school board meetings. I think I've said to some people, I'm going to the next one. I'm going to raise heck because you've got them up there. These parents are just clearly racist. They are against the transgender community.
Thank you.
They
Speak
don't
on it.
want special needs kids in classrooms because they're a distraction. Are
Speak
you
on it.
kidding me? My son
Hmm.
graduated partly because he was included. He was included. And stop with saying the word tolerant. I'm so sick of hearing tolerant. It's acceptance. There is a
Thank you.
big difference. When they say, oh, well, as long as they stay over there, I can tolerate them. No, that's
Mm.
hateful. That's actually a hateful thing to say. Accept them for who they are,
Accept them. Thank you.
not tolerate, accept.
Thank you.
Oh, Angus,
Yeah.
Angus, you know what? You can shut the hell up because here's the thing. Quiet down, Karen. Angus, get in a box. Come up. Can we have him come up? Zeus, has he
Yeah.
ever requested to come up? He never
Nope.
gets in a box.
They fear him.
Angus, do you want to talk to me?
We're the most feared platform on TikTok. I've came to
Mhm.
that conclusion, and it's really because folks like you. I'm the nice one, okay, and that says a lot, right? Because I'm pretty
I
firm in
used to
my
be
beliefs.
nice.
Yeah.
Come on, I did kind of used to be nice, but this guy or woman, I don't know what you are because I've never even heard your voice because you're so much of a
Mm.
coward you won't get in a
Angus, send
box.
a request.
But you follow from Zeus's live to
Hmm.
mine, and you talk your crap, and you never get in a box. Are you a man or a woman? What are your pronouns? What are your
Ron.
pronouns, Angus? How do you like that? What are your pronouns? Get in the box so we can figure out your pronouns. And that's
Mm-hmm.
not mocking the community. That's mocking them because that's what
Yep.
they do.
Thank
That's
you.
what they do. Now I'm going to calm down and enjoy the rest of my day because this is
All
exciting.
right.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
for
You
having
did a
me up.
great
And
job.
thank you to the community in here, the Zeus
Yeah.
Kingdom, for the gifts. I appreciate you all.
They love you in here. W's in the chat for Andrew.
Have a good day.
Congratulations to your son and yourself. You got him to the next level. Thank you. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I see. You see how that was a nice and pleasant conversation. Moving it along. Today is Friday, and it's all about MAGA bringing evidence. Vegas
What's up?
comes up
You asked me to
Ange, which is interesting.
request up. What's up?
Do you have evidence?
I
I
just
asked you to
got
come.
here.
I
So,
asked you to come up.
yeah, you said Vegas request.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. What's up? I just got here, so you just said that. I was listening to Ange. What's up?
We said Angus.
No, you said
And some
Vegas.
people are saying the ANUS, and you heard Vegas.
You said Vegas, but go ahead.
No. We said Angus. Look at the
You said
chat.
Angus, but then you also said Vegas. Just what do you want?
I don't want anything.
Okay,
You
well,
came
drop
up
me
here.
then.
You bolted to the box.
Yeah,
Okay, don't
because you
worry.
said request up. You can drop me.
Oh. And let me go ahead and say this. I don't date anyone on social media, so it's enough, right? And that's just it. And you can, these people wake up dreaming of Zeus. I've heard stories. Oh, Zeus was in my dreams last night, and then she popped into the live and swore she could. If we would have took her and put her in the courtroom and told her to say it under oath, she would have said, "Yes, Your Honor, I promise you. I heard Zeus call my name." Ma'am, I didn't call your name. And I don't care what you say, all right? That's a huge W. So, Scott, that's what I'm talking about. I actually have the burden of being Triple H, one of the most handsome individuals on this app, and you got to deal with stuff like that. But even with stuff like that, I don't lose my cool. All right. And then you got to learn how to do that. But when you're an ugly person like you are, you can't do that, champ. Don't be loose. Yeah, I'm the Rizzler. Move on to the next guest. Who do we got? I haven't checked in with Dr. Lex. Welcome, Dr. Lex. How are you doing, brother?
You know what? When you don't wash your legs, you don't clean your ears either.
Thank you. Who does that?
I mean, Vegas said it's I clearly heard Angus, and she's like, "No, you said my name.
Yeah.
You said my name.
Sure
Nobody
didn't.
said your name.
Say it. Nope.
Did somebody say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. She got that candle wax in that Yankee candle wax. It's not Yankee, it's Confederate candle wax in her ears.
Yep. Yeah. So we dispelled that misinformation right away.
Yeah, that I'm important syndrome going on there. Come on, Vegas, man. You know what? If you were in here listening, you clearly have completely opposing views to Zeus. Are you attracted to Zeus? Huh?
She is.
Is that what it is?
She's not attracted to conservative men. You can tell, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And that Scott guy,
what you in right now? I got to see what you in right now, Dr. Lex. Oh, okay.
What am I
in?
What are you talking about?
The whip you in right now. Look at you. You over there high siding and shining bright.
No, I was just
spaceship. What kind of spaceship is that?
That's AMG E-Class. E-Class AMG coupe.
Doing it officially. Wow,
man. I mean, I got my. Say it again.
I see, man. You got glass everywhere. Wow, that's pretty. That's a lot of people can't do that. Can MAGA do that?
I got my SUV's right there. My Benz SUV's right there.
No,
and my drop is right there. My convertible.
Wow.
So,
Okay. That's amazing stuff right there, bro. I don't want to put too much out there right now. We got to make sure the people don't get distracted and they keep their attention on the one and only Zeus. But you're doing what you're doing.
You know what, man. You know something. You and I exist in two different eras.
True.
I'm vintage. You're. But these people in Tennessee.
And DJ, we are a classy group of people. Quit getting insecure about who you are as a man, DJ, when you see me and Dr. Lex or whoever having a conversation. Stay in your lane.
DJ is built like a busted can of biscuits, and it looks like God made his face out of spare parts.
Ain't our fault he built that way.
DJ got a face of a scatter a leper colony. DJ got a face that make flies throw up in a litter box.
Yeah. If you don't want the attention, then don't say anything in the chat, DJ. It's a very simple, and not just DJ. You care.
I got a violation.
I gotta remove you.
I got a violation.
I gotta remove you. All that hurts the live. Oh my God. Oh my. See, it's the biscuits. It's the biscuits. Sorry, Dr. Lex. Sorry. All right, let's get it back on track. We don't know who did it, and to be honest, that was you, DJ? You did that, DJ? You did that? DJ, you're not a reporter, are you?
You know that I did not report you.
I didn't think.
Why in the world would I waste my time doing that?
Good point.
It's too much. It's too much fun pissing y'all off.
Do you think you're making us angry, or do you think it's the other way around? Because you were the one crying.
Dude,
You
look
cry
at
when
your
Val gets
look
in
at
the
your
box.
chat, man. Look at
You
your
cry when
chat. Come on, dude. Dude, I can tell you this much. I have never ever reported any live. Why would I do that?
I'm just making sure. I take you at your word. That's probably the one time I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And that's just because I kind of understand your mentality a little bit. You're the type of Trump supporter that believes you're watching some sort of entertaining show, watching the radical left freak out over Donald Trump. So this is your entertainment,
Yeah,
right?
that pretty much sums it up. Good
Yeah.
call.
So if I could get that right about
But
you,
regardless of what
then
my feelings are, you have every right to do what you do. You and I've had this conversation before.
yeah.
So I don't agree with you on 99% of what we talk about, but I absolutely, you have every right to have this live and every person on this live. So anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, is that
So
what you invited me up for, to see if I did the reporting?
yeah, that was one of the reasons. The other reason is I think someone wants to talk to you, Swervy. Hold on. If I can facilitate good discussions, I don't mind being the vessel to do that. Good morning, brother Swerve. How are you?
Oh, Zeus, I'm hanging in there about best as I can, trying to get settled in. And good morning to all you beautiful, tiny people living in my telephone.
Okay. All right. So, is there a reason you wanted to come up here? Is it what you want to say something to
Well,
DJ?
I wanted to see if DJ was willing to admit what a massive failure Donald Trump is.
Oh, this is a great discussion. This is a great conversation. W's in the chat for
Okay, Swerve, you tell me how he's a massive failure.
Let's see. Our economy is jacked up right now.
No.
Excuse
Be
me.
specific, Swerve. Don't give me generalities. Be specific.
No, the economy is specific. The economy is specific.
What part
Gas
of the
prices are
economy,
up. Grocery prices are up. Mortgage rates
How
are
much
up.
are they up, Swerve?
Do you,
Wait. Hold on. Let's
DJ? Come on.
we
Don't
gotta get
see.
some
See
order.
this.
How much are grocery prices up?
See,
I think it's a fair question.
This is
You
why.
brought it up,
This is
Zeus.
no. Shut up. Just shut up, DJ. Just shut up. See,
We don't
this
want
is
to
why
get
you
the.
can't have a
We don't want
conversation.
to hurt the live, gentlemen. Let's go. Let's reset. We know this is a conversation that needs to be had. You don't got to interrupt him when he's talking, DJ. Come on. It doesn't
This
take
is
long if you
No,
got the
he's
truth
making
on your side.
generalities, Zeus. You want to make generalities, that's fine.
No.
But
Be
he
quiet,
says
DJ.
that
See,
the
this is the
groceries are
DJ.
up. How
This
much
is
are groceries up, Swerve?
this is your disingenuousness. You know grocery prices are up. You know gas
They
prices are
absolutely
up.
are.
You
How
know
much are they
utility
up?
costs are up. Listen to what I'm saying and stop talking over me. Listen to what I'm saying.
Make
You
a
know
valid
these
point,
costs.
and I'll
You
stop
know,
talking over you.
DJ.
He can't handle it.
You know these costs are up. But here you come with your BS minutia questions. Well, what percentage are they up? What kind of parchment
You
paper
don't
was
think
they
that's a
written on?
valid
How did
question,
Donald Trump cause
Swerve?
that? Man, shut up. I'm done with him,
All
Zeus.
right.
You don't
All right.
think
Hold
that's a
on.
valid question?
Hold on.
If what's
let's go
a
ahead.
ridiculous amount where groceries or whatever are up?
DJ.
Is it
I think I'm gonna
5%,
be the
10%?
DJ, let me interject myself.
Sure.
Can we at least agree that what Swervin is saying, that the things he listed, they're a lot more expensive? Because again, the audience that that are listening to this show, it's not just the people here, right? It's me trying to make sure the college students that I work with get answers. So if you can, keep in mind, I'm trying to reach them, in that if you have any way of giving them hope, then your response should be crafted as such. All right? So we all know the cost of living has gone up, right?
Agreed. Absolutely. You're
You're not going
absolutely
to
correct.
gaslight college students into believing it didn't happen. Now, let's get back to what Swervin was saying. Were you done, Swervin? Because I know how to have these conversations.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. It's just that, you know, he said and he asked these ridiculous questions. How much is this up? How much is that up? You
Why is it
know
a
these
ridiculous
things are.
question, Swerve?
And again, could you please
You're
keep your
interrupting.
mouth
You're
quiet? I
interrupting,
sat here
DJ.
very quiet while you and
He
Zeus
can
were speaking.
respond once he's done. That's fair.
Typical MAGA man, just want to crash out and speak over everybody. It ain't gonna happen here. The fact that we know all these things are going up, I don't care what the percentage is. It means nothing to me. What means something to me is the fact that I'm paying more money. Donald Trump hasn't kept one of his not a single promise to the American people. Everything that he campaigned on hasn't kept a single promise. We don't have the full release of the Epstein files. Our utility costs have not gone down 50%. Inflation is up. Unemployment is up. All of these things are up. But your concern is what percentage are they up? Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds to people who are listening to you right now? You're only concerned with what percentage these things have gone up. Grocery prices have gone up. Utility costs have gone up. Everything that we pay for in this country, almost everything that we pay for as citizens of this country has gone up because of his BS tariffs, right? And nobody's going to get a refund check on that. But you want to sit here and you actually want to ask the percentage. Nobody cares about the percentage. What people care about is they are paying more than they were over a year ago when he took office. They are now paying more.
Yes.
And if I'm wrong about that, tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am.
Now, thank you. So now, DJ, you get the response. Swerve won't jump in. If he does, I'll have to pull him to the side like I did you. Hey, let DJ respond. And I just want to let you know I agree with 100% of what Swerve said. So please, DJ, please respond to the question and avoid misinformation on the show because that does a lot to harm the platform.
Please let me know the minute that I've given you misinformation, okay? So I want to ask you and Swerve a question. Please tell me that the president that you lived under in your lifetime where your costs did not go up at all.
President Clinton, thank you.
I'm sorry?
President Clinton, thank you.
You're saying there was no inflation under President Clinton?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. I didn't pay extra for one thing. Now, I've answered your question. Now move on.
Let's look. Let's find out.
I've answered your question. Now, I didn't pay extra for one thing. And maybe that's anecdotal. I don't know. But I didn't pay one penny extra for a doggone thing while I was in the Navy. Not one thing. So just cut it out.
And DJ,
why can't you talk about what's going on right now?
Correct. That's what hurt me, DJ, honestly.
Do you want to know the average inflation under President Clinton?
What was it?
It was 2.5 to 2.61%.
And as a member of the U.S. Navy at that time, as a service member, something you didn't have the stones to do, I didn't pay one penny extra for a damn thing while that man was president. Neither did my wife.
You said that I didn't have the stones.
So again, let's talk about right here, right now.
Stay today.
Okay.
Stay in the current administration. And do you want to respond to anything Swervin has said about what Trump has done that has contributed to the cost of living going up for Americans? Do you want to say anything to refute that, or are you going to concede that it's gone up?
I absolutely conceded that prices have gone up, Zeus. Absolutely. Okay. But my issue with this, and I stated this the other day when I was up here, was you guys are acting like Trump is the end of the world. Okay. And basically what's happened under Trump is no different than what's happened under any other president. Inflation is under control. Please let me finish. Inflation is under control.
Okay, but that was misinformation.
I'm sorry?
You said stop you if there's misinformation, correct?
Correct.
And
what was misinformation?
Trump is okay. So, Swervin, what actions did Trump take in this administration that you would say no other president has taken?
To do what? To what ends?
Make the costs go up.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what's happening right now as far as the cost going up. I mean, the cost of fuel is the biggest impact on inflation that we have right now. And the conflict in Iran obviously is a huge part of that right now. I'm not denying that. I wish we weren't over there, but we started something and we're going to finish it, and we're very close to finish it. And right now, today, gas prices are going down. Are gas prices going to stay down? I don't know. I don't know that for whether that's true or whether it's not. I mean, we're dealing with radicals and people who don't think the way that we think at all, and who are willing to sacrifice their own citizens, their own women, their own children, just to justify, some kind of media attack. So again, there's things that President Trump can control. There's things that he can't control.
Are you done?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Thank you. Phew. So the misinformation that I caught, and I want to make sure we call it out. The terrorists. Was there any other president that just did Liberation Day like Trump, DJ? Do you know of? Because I don't.
Say that one more time, please.
The tariffs.
Okay, the tariffs. Yeah.
Liberation Day. What other president did that?
Nobody ever.
Okay. So that's why I say you really can't say all other presidents did this. You can't. That would be misinformation to state that.
Okay.
Right?
So you're saying the tariffs are the reason for the inflation? Is that what you're saying?
It's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely contributed. Absolutely. But the tariffs.
That was self-inflicted. That was something Trump decided to do. He didn't have to, but he did it.
He absolutely did it. But do you know why he did it, Zeus?
Thank you for saying that. It doesn't necessarily matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter why he did it. Okay.
I can give
so
you
the long
Zeus,
the
let him in.
long-term
Go ahead,
effects
tell us
of-
why he did it, DJ.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Swervin. What did you chime in?
He
No,
told
go
you.
ahead. Go ahead and tell us why he did the tariffs. Go ahead.
Trump's position is to raise the stature of the United States. The United States, for a long, long time, has been getting the crap into the deal, and Trump's basically had enough. If you follow or look at the history of what Trump has said in the past, you're going to know that he's been tooting that horn for a long time. That the United States is getting rooked by other countries as far as tariffs, as far as a trade situation. Would you agree with that? Do you know anything about that, or is that misinformation?
That's misinformation.
You're saying that Donald Trump for a long time hasn't been talking about the...
And here,
the
DJ, here's why it's misinformation. Do you know what a trade surplus is?
of course I know what a trade surplus is.
Okay, perfect.
Swervin.
And so you know what a trade deficit is, right?
Of course.
So you tell me, DJ, in all your magnanimous wisdom, all of it, your intellect, your magnanimous wisdom, your strong education, you tell me why we put tariffs on a country that we actually had a trade surplus with. Australia, $35 billion trade surplus. He put tariffs on him. So in all your wisdom, tell me why his dumb behind would do that. Go ahead.
You know, Swervin, I do my best not to talk about things that I'm not sure about.
Oh,
Right.
of course, of course. Tell me why he would put tariffs on an island that has nothing but penguins on it. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Swervin, the long-term effects of the tariffs are not known yet, okay?
No, they are known. They
tariffs are
cost the
not gonna-
American people
The tariffs
more
are
money
not
for
going to
products.
produce the results that you want in 12 months or 18 months.
That's
The
exactly
results
what
that
they're
we're gonna
designed to
get
do.
are going to be long-term results. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Swervin.
No, there is no long-term result. That's exactly what tariffs were designed for. And if we go all the way back to the Smoot-Hawley Act, which was referenced, because I know you don't read, but you can watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off where they reference the Smoot-Hawley Act. It did not work in any way, shape, or form. And then here comes Donald Trump. We're going to put tariffs, blanket tariffs, on every country in the world. And then he brings out this ridiculous piece of poster board, which no math is correct on that poster board, saying Madagascar, a country that is like the size of New York City, we're going to put these crippling tariffs on them. And they don't pay those tariffs. That's what y'all are missing. We're the ones that pay some companies are going to eat that cost. Okay, great. What are they going to do with that cost? They're going to pass it right on to the consumer. But you're sitting here thinking, well, we don't know the long-term effects of tariffs. I know the long-term effects of tariffs. People are broke because of this man. People are flat broke. So just admit he is a massive failure. DJ, let's do this. Name one thing he has done to benefit the American people. Go.
Okay. Well, number one and most obvious is the border. Number two
Nope.
is he's cut regulations that are stimulating business. Manufacturing in this
okay,
country is
perfect.
I'm
So
sorry.
okay, so you said the border. You said the border, right? What is his border policy? What did he do at the border?
Basically, he stopped the influx of illegals going into our country.
No. See, I'm sure, DJ, in all your wisdom and your intellect, you remember the Langford Bill, right?
No, tell me what it is, Swerve, because you're
You
such
know,
an intelligent guy.
dude, come on. You know exactly when they tried to pass the Langford Bill. And Donald Trump called up MAGA Mike Johnson and said, don't pass that because I need something to run on.
Okay.
And then when it didn't pass, Joe Biden signed an executive order. And what did MAGA do? What did you Republicans do? Y'all sat there and you whined and you cried about presidential overreach.
Facts.
And that executive order is what the border policy is right now.
When did you do the executive order?
So again, what did Donald Trump do? Because the immigrant population, people who were migrating to this country, it's been going down since June of 2024. So again, DJ, in all your wisdom and intellect, what is Donald Trump's border policy?
Okay, let's talk about that. What happened in the time frame?
I don't want to hear about what happened, DJ. I asked you a question. What is Donald Trump's border policy?
I'm answering your question, Swervin. If you just
you're not answering my question with a question.
I'm going to answer your question. Okay.
You're not answering my question. No, you're not. You're
don't
not.
Crash out, Swervin. I want to answer your question.
Okay. Let's get the temperature back down. This is a good.
My temperature is not up.
I just don't want to hear another question.
Okay. So let me ask this, DJ.
Well, of course you don't want to hear another question, Swervin, because it's gonna offset what your point. Your point is that
I guarantee you, I can go ahead. You know what,
since,
Zeus? I'll concede. Let him go ahead and say what he wants to say, so I can cook him on this too. Let me go.
Dude,
turn the temperature up on my sous vide cooker.
Hold on.
Let me go turn the temperature up on my sous vide cooker, Zeus. I'll be right back.
Dude, I've heard you in your live. You are pathetic.
Hold on, DJ. Stop. Let me just stop before he goes. I need to ask you, how are you feeling right now? You need some water? You need me to?
No, I'm perfectly fine, dude.
Grease on your face.
I have no problems dealing with Swervin.
No.
He is a spec. I am not issues at all.
Wait a minute, I'm a what?
The punches very well.
Spec.
I'm a spec.
SPECK.
Yeah.
Spec.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
He's delusional.
Okay.
I know he's incredibly
delusional.
delusional.
Swervin's point.
So
I know he's incredibly
immigration
delusional.
went down from June of 24. My question is, what happened from the time that Biden took office until June of 24?
DJ, he's just talking. DJ.
Yeah, man.
All right. Before you just start talking, I need to make sure you're okay to keep going because,
dude, I'm perfectly
I
fine.
don't want all this crazy stuff going on. You're good.
Zeus, if you're making a point by asking me these questions, I find Swervin to be hilarious. He does not make me angry at all.
Okay, good. So you want to know what happened. So you want to know what happened from the time President Biden took office to June of 2024. DJ, did you know Biden's first border control bill? Do you know when that bill was submitted?
No, when was it submitted, Swervin?
The day he was inaugurated.
Uh-huh.
And the Republicans shot it down. And
Okay.
he tried 6 more times after that to submit his border control bill. And the Republicans filibustered it every single time. And when the Langford bill, MAGA Mike wouldn't even bring that to the floor, then Joe Biden said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and sign an executive order because it's obvious the Republicans, the whiny Republicans who are constantly complaining about border issues, won't let me do anything about it. So guess what? Here's what I'm going to do. And then Republicans, y'all sat there and you cried and you whined. And oh my God, we got presidential overreach. And in the Langford bill, it said, hey, we're gonna go 5,000 immigrants a week. When that number gets high, we'll shut everything down until it comes back down. Joe Biden's executive order said we're not gonna do 5,000. We're gonna do 2,500. Oh my God, presidential overreach. I don't understand why Trump can't do it. Because I'm proud to be an American.
Jesus,
just one.
are you okay?
DJ, I bet your pronouns are C-U-C-K, aren't they?
Are you finished, Swervin? Are you finished?
Why? Because am I done cooking you? Tell me anything of what I said that was not true.
Is this really your definition of cooking
Tell me
somebody?
what I just said that was
Is
not
this
true.
your definition?
Tell me what I
cooking
just
somebody,
said that
Swervin?
was not
That's why you get
true.
50 people in your live, dude.
I don't care. You don't even hold lives.
Let's not.
No, I do
let's
not.
get
I
into
absolutely
the-
do
let's
not.
get
Absolutely
into
do
the,
not. Because
so
I got better
let me
things
get
to
back
do
on
than stand
track
around
with
and
this. Let me
whine
get back
about
on
this
track,
and whine
DJ.
about that to 50
Well, I'm glad
people.
I'm retired.
Hold on.
So,
hold on.
Zeus,
Let me get
Zeus.
this back on track. DJ, are you ready to concede the original question, which is, you agree Donald Trump is doing a terrible job, right? I mean,
No. Would Swerven be willing to concede that manufacturing is up in this country?
No, it's not. We lost 80,000 manufacturing jobs last year. How's it
Oh,
up?
we did.
Yeah, we did. We
All right.
did.
No, so manufacturing is up.
Yeah,
Look it
okay.
up, Swerven. I'll wait right
No,
here while you do
I've
it.
already looked it up. I already know.
Look it up.
I
You
already,
did, and it's lost
DJ,
80,000 jobs.
DJ, there is nothing you can say to me that I don't already know. We have not gained
So now
manufacturing
you're
jobs.
omnipotent.
We
That's
have, you're right.
hilarious.
I'm glad
Now
you
you're
recognize my
omnipotent.
omnipotence. I'm glad you recognize my
You're
omnipotence. Thank you.
lying. I thought you didn't want
Thank you.
misinformation,
So,
Zeus.
so
Zeus,
where
look it
are
up
all
to
these
see if
manufacturing
manufacturing is up
jobs?
in this country.
No, it's not.
So
Look it up,
DJ,
Zeus.
the reason I'm having a hard time agreeing with you, DJ, and it goes back to your question earlier when
Come on, Mace.
Swerve asked you about the tariffs.
Uh-huh.
You never once said Trump used the tariffs to bring manufacturing jobs back. Remember, that was one of the reasons he said he was doing it. You went and started talking about the trade imbalance, which is the reason he never mentioned. So this is why I'm having a hard time believing you when it comes to the manufacturing jobs, number one. And then the jobs reports that have came out, they've consistently been revised downward, except for this one that just came out today, which leaves me in a place where I have a little bit of distrust when it comes to the job numbers from the Trump administration. And a lot of manufacturing jobs, in my opinion, you tend to be dealing with people that the Trump administration is targeting with his deportation policy. So I'm not quite sure what to make of it. And then the other point about the tariffs you didn't mention wasn't it supposed to stop the rugs from coming into the country from the southern border and all these things? And so when you layer this cake together, DJ, it's not clear to the average American, right? Not DJ, but the average American, why Trump used tariffs and why we had to pay more money. You get what I'm saying? This is why you're cooked.
This is another question, another quick question I'd like to ask of yourself, Zeus, and all the members in the kingdom, and even DJ. Y'all out there, everyone, have your utility costs gone down 50%?
No.
Because you know, Drill Baby Drill was supposed to take care of that. And in September 2025, Donald Trump's administration, they actually did hit the record for pulling the most oil out of the ground. They beat Joe Biden's record, right? And I'll concede to that. But did our utility costs go down? This Drill Baby Drill, that was it, right? Oh, so that didn't happen. What about this? Is IVF completely free for women now? And married? No, that didn't happen. Did we get to a point where mortgage foreclosures started to drop in this country? Nope. In fact, they're at an all-time high because people can't afford it. Are our veterans being taken care of right now?
Nope.
Nope.
Their benefits. What about the capping the credit card interest at 10%?
Didn't happen.
Did we get that?
Did not happen. No. Was that Trump's fault?
Yeah, it was kept at 10% under the Biden administration. Donald Trump wrote an executive order and got rid of it. So yes, that is Trump's fault.
Oh my God! Did
but
you really
just admit. Right now, as far as the American people are concerned, Donald Trump is a massive failure.
You're wrong, Swerven. You're wrong.
And you sit here and you say immigration. You couldn't name his border policy because he doesn't have one. Immigrants have always been a net positive to the United States. Y'all sit here and you cry about because Donald Trump told you to whine about it, be mad about it, because they're taking our jobs, but they can't take a job you never applied for.
Okay, so here we are, DJ, and I looked into the thing you just said. I just ran it through AI. It says, we got to clear up misinformation. No, manufacturing jobs have not increased overall under President Trump's second term as of early June 2026. They have
I agree with that.
I was wrong.
I was wrong. The jobs have not increased. I was wrong.
One more time, Zeus.
Hey, at least I'm man enough to admit it.
No. I mean, it's music to my ears.
Are you man enough to admit that foreclosures are not at an all-time high?
I'm not wrong about anything. You want to try me on foreclosures, mortgage rate foreclosures, and business foreclosures? You want to try me on that one?
Sure.
DJ, yeah, don't
Let's
open
try
Go
your
it.
ahead, try
can of
it.
worms.
Go ahead, try it. Try
Hey
it.
DJ, I gotta say something. That was
Historical
incredible.
context, 2008,
That was incredible,
2010.
DJ. You admitted you were wrong. That was
We are right
incredible.
here in 2026. I don't care about 2008 or 2010.
You said
We are
an
here in
all-time high.
We are here in
You said
2020. Yeah, okay. So you want to go to 2008? What caused that in 2008? Another Republican named George Bush Jr. So miss me with your garbage. Right now in 2026,
swerving.
mortgage rates are all the way up.
Are they
Mortgage
higher than they
foreclosures are
were
all the way
between
up.
2008 and
And
2010?
whatever, man. He's cooked.
Zeus,
I'm
you
gonna go
just
ahead,
heard me
Zeus. I'm gonna
admit
go
when
ahead
I
and
was
turn off the
wrong.
sous vide.
And
Hold on, hold
swerving
on.
is giving me whatever, man.
No, you
Okay?
said you can handle him. Remember, I gave you an opportunity to say, "Hey, Zeus, I can't. I've reached my limit." So, I don't necessarily think we need to, go into the personal bashing. You know, a win is a win. Now, DJ, considering everything that you just have gone through this morning with this conversation with Swervin and I, isn't it fair enough to say that you understand why a lot of Americans like me and Swervin and a lot of people in the audience do not believe Donald Trump is doing a good job? Because you haven't been able to prove he's been doing a good job at anything you were trying to say he was. That's obvious. I mean, and you don't need to go through AI and your search engine stuff. We don't need to even go into the racism stuff because we're real good at that. Why do you continue to think this is a funny thing because you're owning the libs, but ignore the reality that this is some dangerous stuff right now? Don't you see it?
Are you done? I don't want to interrupt. Are you finished?
I was finished. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Kabira.
Excuse me?
No, I was saying W's in the chat to Kabira because
Oh,
she's
sorry.
raising up
Sorry.
your brother Swerve
Okay.
for his cooking. And but
Again,
everyone else, thank you as well because he's working real
the
hard this
policies
morning.
of Donald Trump have basically has he done every single thing that he said? No. Has the Republican Congress done everything that they should have done? Absolutely not. And I've spoken on that in the past on this show. I mean, our Congress is as worthless as it gets right now. And unfortunately, I'm embarrassed to say that the Republicans are in charge of it. Well, anyway, as much as they can be. Okay. But on this show, we constantly talk about this. We're in historic times. Okay. We are not. Has the economy gone up? Has the GDP gone up the last couple of quarters? The economy is growing. The unemployment is at
No, it's
historically, it's low.
it contracted in the first year. Then the numbers came out revised and showed a little bit of growth, but it's not growing at the rate.
And
it
we'll
should.
see at the end of June. June will end the second quarter. We'll see where the GDP is there. Okay. But the numbers that Trump is producing on any economic, and you said you don't want to see charts and graphs and all that. I know that, Zeus. Okay. But it's not nearly as bad. You guys are like Chicken Little screaming, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It's not. You have to be able to let these programs do what they're supposed to do. That's my point.
Zeus, you know what I hear right now? All I hear is short-term pain, long-term gain. Get comfortable being poor because I'm a billionaire and you're not going to get your kids all the toys they need. That's all I hear right now. Right along with the Republican, the MAGA line. MAGA, he's towing the MAGA line. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. Yet everything else. I don't give two shits. Excuse my language, Mama Zeus. I apologize. I don't care about the oil companies or Walmart or Amazon. Y'all sit here with this BS of if we tax them more, they're going to leave the country. Stop and think for a moment. Do you really think Amazon is going to leave the country? Do you think that? No. Do you think Napa AutoZone is going to leave the country? No. So they got you to be scared of something. If we tax them at the proper rate, they're just going to up and leave the country. Napa Auto Parts, they do more business in the United States than they do anywhere else, mostly because of NASCAR. Chipotle ain't leaving the country. Where's Chipotle going to go? To Mexico? You going to go to Mexico to serve fast Mexican food? No. They ain't having that shit down there. Chipotle ain't going nowhere. Neither is Walmart. None of these people are going anywhere. And y'all are so afraid to tax the rich. It's incredible to me. If we tax them, we need to give them tax breaks because they're the ones that create the jobs. DJ, did you know in 15 different states, between 17,000 employees of Walmart, a lot of those employees, I think like 1,000 of them total, are managers and support staff, like back office administrators. The rest of them are hourly employees. And Walmart pays them such a low wage. And this is a study that was conducted. Walmart pays them such a low wage. When they are getting hired, when they're going through their onboarding process, Walmart also gives them the link so they can go and sign up for SNAP benefits.
Nope.
So not
You're
only are they
absolutely
paying
right.
them
No,
enough
I agree
money,
with that.
excuse
Absolutely.
me, they then subsidize their SNAP benefits for them to go and pay back into Walmart.
Yep.
And that we subsidize to the tune of billions of dollars a year for Walmart to make more money.
I agree with that. I got no issues with that at all, Swerve. No issues with that at all. That is criminal. I don't disagree with you one iota.
But the party you support, they keep doing it, and you're going to keep supporting them. You're going to keep supporting them.
You
And
say the
2 or 3
party that I
years from now,
support
2 or 3 years from now, you're
condones
going to
it.
be sitting here going, well, Zeus, I don't agree with everything they do. And I'm not going to answer any questions. I just want to know what percentage grocery prices have gone up. That's all I want to,
I look at the
miss
whole
me with
picture,
this garbage,
Swerve.
man.
I look at the whole picture. There's a lot of things that I do agree with Donald Trump on.
That's a W.
And there are things that I don't agree with him on.
So,
Okay? But I look
we're
at the
gonna move
whole
into new
picture.
gears.
If Donald
DJ,
Trump was
stay right
truly...
there. DJ, stay
Excuse me?
right there. Swerve, you can stay too. There's been an incredible amount of people who've been listening to the show this morning. If you all like the show this far, please.
All right, you can bring somebody up, Zeus. I got to
WCC
go.
chat.
Anyway, so
No, you stay right
if you got
there.
somebody else you want to get up, I understand.
No.
I appreciate you
I'm
letting me
actually
speak.
telling you to stay there, DJ, because this has been a very powerful show. And I want to give everyone else the opportunity. You know what I do. No one's going to be crazy or whatever, but we're going to make sure these conversations are had because I'm going to make sure I follow up with those college students that I told you, DJ, from the very beginning. That I said I'm going to go and talk to the people I know that love Donald Trump and see if they can give me any evidence that he is helping them. So that's what this conversation is about, DJ, to be honest with you.
And Zeus, can I add one more thing real quick and I'll land my plane? I read all 904 pages of Project 2025. It was oh my God, what a dry read. But I read, and then I spent years on this app, me, myself, my co-hostess, Twilight Goddess, you, Miss T Brown, Mishi, Shay, Ange, we all spent years on this app telling these people exactly what was going to happen. And they walked their happy little ass in their voting booth and they did what they did. We told them what was going to happen to the veterans, and now it's happening. Now it's happening. As a veteran, I am a victim of it. And this is why I asked MAGA, so you're the uneducated voter who didn't read Project 2025, you didn't look at Agenda 47, and you just said, screw it, I'm going to go and vote for this man because, well, I like what he believes in, the same racism, bigotry, misogyny, and hatred. And you went and pulled that lever for this man because you believe in those same things. And now our veterans are suffering, our houseless community. Donald Trump signed an executive order for California to build a homeless shelter to house homeless veterans. What about the other 49 states? Right, nothing, crickets. So everything that we told you was going to happen, it is actually happening, including a whole new war. And you can bog yourself down in the semantics of war and the definition of war and whether Congress has declared it. The definition of war says we are in a war. And with that, I land my plane. Thank you, Zeus.
W's in the chat for the swerve. I appreciate it. You don't have to go. You did the cooking this morning, but we're trying to get through as many voices as possible because we had a powerful moment today. DJ actually said he was wrong, and that's impressive. So thank you. And by the way, everyone, thank you for blessing Brother Swerve this morning. He's doing God's work. All right, moving on to Union Gang. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Hey, I'm just going to jump right into it because I know a lot of these guys are trying to look at like the GDP and economic indicators, but I'm gonna share some information with you you may not know. There's a company out of Sweden called VDEM. They dropped the Democracy Report 2026. They track 202 countries worldwide, and they show you are they a democracy or are they a autocracy? Do you know that the United States of America under Trump has had the largest drop in history? We're no longer considered a liberal democracy. And so they got 4 categories. They got liberal democracy, electoral democracy, electoral autocracy, and closed autocracy. And you can go look this up. And it's been the steepest drop in history under Trump because of Project 2025. So we are losing everything that we fought for in this country. Everything that we fought for in this country is being ripped away in 4K. And you can look at the propaganda that's happening in this country, man, but all you got to do is go look at Sweden, right? They don't have a dog in the fight. They track 202 countries. So they're showing you right there in real time what's happening in America. A lot of you guys are stuck in this feedback loop in the propaganda.
Yes, sir.
It's by design. But we are losing our democracy. The fact that we're no longer considered a liberal democracy should be a 5-alarm fire. People should be out in the streets rioting, but you're not. Democracy is being cooked in 4K, and there is no guarantee we're going to be able to vote our way out of this. There is no guarantee. No president in history has amassed the power that Trump has, no matter how you feel about him. No one has had this type of power handed to him. Even George Washington, the slaver that he was, knew when to walk away from power. This guy is, this, like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Go look at the report, VDEM Democracy Report 2026. They lay it out. They lay it out perfectly what's going on in America, as well as other countries. But of course, we're focused on America because we're here being cooked at the time. A drop in 50 countries in 1 year? We're not even, like I said, we're not even considered a liberal democracy anymore. And you can see it. You can see the military ignoring their oath to the Constitution and summarily executing people out here in the oceans. And now they're arresting people in Washington, D.C. The National Guard is arresting people. They don't have no power to arrest citizens. It's happening in 4K. And so while people here are cheering for us being brought down and our rights being stripped, the country rights are being stripped away from us. And so it's going to make it more difficult for our children to have the freedoms that we've risked our lives for. And that's the real danger. Everything that we worked for is in grave danger right now. And so I'm telling everybody, you need to be out here. Get everybody and their mama to vote. We got to get these demons out of power. The Supreme Court is corrupt. They have been bought off by right-wing billionaires, and they are contributors. They have sold us out. They sold us out to Israel. They sold us out to other foreign interests. They're selling away our future. Look at the debt. The Republican Party talks so much about being fiscally conservative. Look at our debt. Look how it's ballooned under Trump. We're considered insolvent as a nation now. So they're cooking away our future. For what? And letting this man steal billions of dollars in 4K. No president in history has done this.
Wow.
And there's no checks and balances. Checks and balances are out the window. They're just sitting there like a cult driving to the edge. And like I said, once again, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go look up that report. And they're tracking 202 countries right now in real time. And we have had the largest drop in our history. Since America was formed, we've had the largest drop in 1 year. I don't know what you guys are, why we playing games, man. But once this thing is solidified, and once he has total control, I don't think he has total control of the military yet, life is going to become seriously difficult. And I don't know if you're waiting for the soldiers to show up at your door or ICE to show up at your door and be like, hey, what do you mean you're taking me off to the concentration camps? Because it always starts with the marginalized community, right? You can be like, well, I'm not Hispanic, I'm not black. And you go find out if you're not poor or if you're not rich, this system is built to help rich white men, period. And the fact that they can ignore that this man is doing should tell you that. So we have to sit back and work 3 times as hard. The average citizen has to go out and have multiple jobs to make it. But then you have these guys just running away with it. They're not even hiding the corruption anymore. So I really just came up to sound the alarm to let people know that, hey, we have got to fight with everything we have if you ever want to have any type of normal democracy again, because we are losing it, guys. We're no longer considered a liberal democracy. We're now in the electoral democracy category, and we're still declining. So I'm just sounding an alarm to let people know. I'll let my plane, Zeus.
All right, thank you, brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's Union Gang, U.S. Army Overlord. Did you? Hey, DJ. I wanted to ask you because Rick brought up something. The fraud. Would you also agree that Donald Trump is committing fraud in the White House as the president, DJ? Before, because I wanted to see if you would be willing to at least agree on that too.
Would I agree that he's committing fraud?
Yeah.
Can you be specific?
Lord. See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
That he stole, the fact that he's stealing billions of dollars, that he gave a $1 billion contract to his sons.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yes.
Can you be more specific on the billions of dollars of fraud he committed? What about the $1.776 billion slush fund he wanted to create? What about the $660 million of government contracts he gave to his son? Remember, y'all whined and y'all cried about Hunter Biden not knowing anything about energy. So why did he sit on the board of Burisma? But you ain't saying jack or crap about Donald Trump Jr. sitting on the board of a company that produces magnets for gyroscopes to go into drones. Y'all ain't like his own father doesn't even know if a damn magnet works underwater. Where's your outrage for that? Oh, you have
Fair
none
enough.
because it's the Trump family.
So now, DJ, you got some examples, and that's not the full accounting. What is your thoughts?
I
Because
think
Rick
fraud
brought that up.
is a huge issue in this country right now. I think that we're seeing it every single day that there are new.
Wait, maybe let me rephrase my question.
Okay.
Are you aware that Donald Trump is committing fraud?
Again, I don't speak on subjects that I haven't done research
Lord,
on.
have mercy. God save
Let
us.
me finish, please. Let me finish.
God save us.
If Donald Trump Jr. is in fact benefiting from his father's position, then I promise you this: I will look into it and see what more I can find out about it.
Lord, have mercy. This makes me sick to my stomach.
Stock trades.
Union Gang, what did you
Well, I don't
say?
want to make
Hold on,
anybody
I'm
sick
trying to
to
hear
their
Union
stomach.
Gang.
So
I'm gonna hit Union Gang, and then we're gonna move on.
Have you looked into Trump's stock trading? He's traded more in the beginning of the fiscal year than most people have done in their entire career. Do you realize that he is making policies based on his stock market picks, that he would invest in that company and then grab that CEO of that company and go overseas, take him over to China, and then promote that company? Absolutely self-dealing. All this is incredibly illegal. If we try any of this, we get marshaled off in the prison. And he is
if
doing
it's illegal, why is
okay.
why is no one charging him with it?
Because they are complicit in the corruption. That's why. I mean,
Okay.
do you not?
The Democrats,
so Donald Trump
are not bringing this up,
was-
or they're not bringing this up in
They've
Congress.
been bringing it up. Of
Yeah,
course
they
they're bringing
are.
it up. Of course they're bringing it up. But the
Okay.
Democrats are in power right now. The Republicans are. Some Republicans are bringing it up, but they got kicked out, right? I think Massey, he was speaking out, but he got rolled up by AIPAC and Trump. So it seems like when people speak up, Liz Cheney spoke up. Quite some time ago, she spoke up about the corruption that was happening.
And we're
But-
speaking up. We speaking up right now to you, and you still don't believe it.
I didn't say I don't believe it. I said I need to look into it. That's what I said.
DJ, DJ, my question to you is this. What Master Sergeant said to you, I'm sitting and I'm listening to him, and it's disturbing. And what's so disturbing about it is, it's happening. It's happening. Like I said, let's look at Massey. Let's look at Kennedy. Let's look at, what was that senator's name from Texas who lost to Paxton? See, when you go up against Trump, if you're a Republican Party, all he does is he gets them primary. So they're afraid to speak up, DJ, because they don't want to lose their quote job instead of doing the right thing.
Can I throw an option out to you?
No, it's no option to throw
So you
out.
don't want to
DJ.
hear any alternative.
You
no,
just
let
respond
me
to
finish,
her when
DJ.
she's done. When she's done, DJ.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cabrera. I'm sorry.
See, DJ, when you do stuff like that, you make me, I don't know about anybody else, but you make me lose my train of thought. You know what I mean? I just think you're complicit in it too, DJ. It's like an ostrich puts their head in the ground thinking no one can see them, but everything is hanging out. And you know it's true, DJ. I don't know. I think maybe you're in a bubble. I think that you're watching plenty of Fox News, what's that, ONA TV, whatever, all these right-wing conservative that's telling you what you want to hear. And let's look at the FCC chairman. Let's look at what what he's doing to these networks. If you don't look at what happened to, what was his name, Colbert. Trump doesn't like what you're saying about him, a joke, and he's going to make sure you get shut down, and he will penalize these media companies. It doesn't work like that, DJ. You told Zeus earlier that Zeus has the right to say what he wants to say on his platform, and he should not be penalized and taken down. But yet your dear leader does that. Now he has a stranglehold on these people. And you know in your heart, DJ, what's going on is wrong. Now I just want to touch up on the economy real quick. You said, you asked about the economy is good. DJ, do you know what type of economy we're in right now? Do you know what economists classify the economy we're in right now? It's classified as a K economy. Do you know what the K economy is, DJ? I'll wait for an answer.
Tell me.
No, do you know?
No, what is a K economy?
A K economy is you take the alphabet K. Everything is up top is benefiting the wealthy and the corporations. The bottom of the K is us. We're not wealthy. We're not corporations. They're getting everything, DJ. And you think this economy is great? And one thing Brother Swervin said, and Zeus heard me complain about this when I had my incident, how the VA treated me. I'm finally getting my primary care physician finally called me this week, and they're going to make sure someone comes to my home and gives me nursing and physical therapy. And I'm 2.5 months behind on what I need. So it's going to be a harder road for me. Thanks, Trump. Because Trump said I don't have a 70% military disability, I can't use community care. If between the hospital and going to a nursing home, they wouldn't let me, and that was Trump's doing. So he's hurt the veterans. And it's just amazing to me how blatantly blind you are to what's going on. You don't want to admit the truth, DJ, and the truth will set you free. Overlord said it perfectly. If you listen to what he said, I mean, it was powerful, and it should bring shivers up your spine. That's all I got for now, Zeus. I'm going to shut up.
Thank you, Kabir. Is there anything you want to say to respond to that, DJ?
No, nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to dispute Kabira. She's talking about something that's happened to her personally. I'm not going to dispute that.
Well, DJ, it's happening to all of us. Did you hear what Overlord said?
Yeah, listen, I can tell you for a fact that.
Did you hear what Overlord said?
There've been so many.
There's nothing that I'm going to be able to say that's not going to sound like I'm defending it. Okay, because I cannot speak from experience. I cannot. So there's nothing that I can say. Experience has nothing to do with the country you live in. I'm trying to defend
Experience has nothing to do with the country you live in and the direction is going. You're living the experience right now, the direction. The corruption that's going on is ridiculous. He's going to sue the government that he's over $10 billion, but no, I'll settle for 1.776. And I'm going to give it to the people who beat the hell out of cops. And the Supreme, a judge said no. Judge down in Florida said no. Yep. Something is fraudulent about this here. See, the corruption is so deep and you're too blind to even see it. How can you? It's just like you suing your own household. But no, you know what? Instead of that, I'll tell you what, wifey, I'll just make you pay me $1 million. And what kind of sense does that make?
Do you want to talk about the slush fund? I'm happy to talk about it. But again,
DJ, it's more to it than just the slush fund, brother. It's the, what is that? The reflection pool. Now Trump wants to build some kind of pomade over some bridge or some foolery.
Promenade. alternatives.
promenade.
Yeah,
I mean, what kind of
all of
bullshit?
these are
Excuse me, Zeus,
guys.
what kind of bull crap is that? What kind?
It's
The Arc de Trump.
it
The
is
court said,
strictly
no, you got to take your name off of the Kennedy Center. Brother, don't you see? He got his big old ugly face plastered over the FBI building, that menacing look he has. I don't know. He must think he look good being menacing looking. Want to put his face on a $250 bill. Want to make a commemorative coin. Brother, that is straight up dictatorship.
and it's money laundering. They're all money laundering schemes. Everything that he is doing is a money laundering scheme. Follow the money. Every project, every vanity project that he makes, he is receiving a cut for himself. Do you understand? It's straight how the mob works. So he wants his name on everything because he wants income off of that. That's why he's selling you all these raggedy watches and cereal and Trump Bibles. It's all about marketing stuff to himself, and it's open corruption. In the government, you're not supposed to be locked in like that. You're not supposed to benefit directly from your position in the government. And this is why he is the most corrupt official in history.
Just to add to that, when it comes to that ballroom, he named himself as the lead general contractor on it. And that automatically, whatever money is spent towards it, that automatically puts $9 million in his pocket. Automatically. But see, DJ, here's the issue I have. You never know anything about that. You're quick to look up something when you think you're right. Like how you went and looked up when I said mortgage rates was at an all-time high. I could easily say mortgage rates are higher than they've been since 2008, 2009, or 2010. I could easily say that. But you were very quick to go and look that up. Everything else that we're talking about here, well, I'm not going to speak on anything I don't know about. You don't know about a lot of stuff. And I find that abhorrent when you try to come up to a panel. You know, you were in Zeus's Live a couple days ago talking about y'all didn't say anything when Biden had high gas prices. Y'all didn't say anything when Biden had high inflation. But the question y'all never ask, the question y'all won't say anything about is what did Biden do to make that happen? See, that's what y'all forget. You want to talk about Biden. You want to say, what about Biden? Right? Every 5 minutes, what about Biden? But when Biden had to fight high inflation, which our inflation is higher now because Biden got it down when Trump took over, and now it's back up again. So that's great. Good job, Trump. But y'all never sit here and say, well, why did President Biden have to fight that high inflation? Why did President Biden have to fight those high egg prices? Why did President Biden have to fight high gas prices? Why? Just like you never, when Donald Trump tells you he's going to do something, you never ask why. When Donald Trump said he was going to make IVF free for women across the country, not a single one of you stood up and said, how? How are you going to do that, Mr. Trump? Because y'all don't care about how. He said he'd do it. Y'all being the CUCKs that you are, you believed it, and you voted for him. That's your pronoun. Cuck. C-U-C-K. That's your pronoun.
W's in the chat for sure. Now listen, we got to keep moving. Thank you. We got to keep the live clean and pure. Okay. But I want to say this.
My apologies, Zeus. I apologize.
Thank you. For all of you listening, please tap the screen, share the live, keep helping me meet my milestones. All right. So we could do more shows like this. DJ, you've done a good job listening. And that's all I really want MAGA to do. You're pushing back as much as you can, but honestly, this has been a breakthrough in a way. I'm getting some information, all right, that I think I can take back. So far, still, when we ask where's the evidence, there's no evidence. All right, now we're going to move it on. We have Poetivity and Nutty, and then after that, we'll open it back up to wrap things up before we get up out of here. So if you like the show, make sure you support. If you can, the panelists, all right, because these folks don't have to do this morning. They don't, seriously, all right? And share the live out and make sure you're following this account and turning your alerts on, all right? Because sometimes you don't know when I'm live and then you don't end up getting the invite. Moving on, Poetivity, welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me up, Zeus.
Thank you.
You're looking pretty Democrat sexy this morning, as is Antifa and U.S. Army and Sorvin and Kabira. Anyway, yeah, but DJ caused my medical condition to trigger. So I'm thankful to have all these sexy Democrats up here to help battle the disease, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so DJ, I feel sorry for. I really feel sorry for him because he's kind of like a guy that needed some help on the house that he lives in, you know, and he sees a commercial on the television for a construction agency, and in this commercial this guy's got big muscles and he's got a big hammer, kind of like Thor's hammer, and he says, "I'm the greatest construction company ever," and he like throws his hammer through a wall to like demolish, you know, the thing that he's going to be working on. And DJ sees that and he's like, "Oh, that guy's strong. He can do good work on my house." So he hires him. And then the guy comes in the first day with his hammer and he like demolishes his kitchen. And DJ's like, "Well, you know, it always starts off looking bad. Always starts off looking bad, but then, you know, then they do the work and it gets beautiful." And then the next day the guy comes back and he demolishes the living room. And he's like, "Oh, you know I didn't order that part of the demolition, but it must be tied to the kitchen renovation that I hired him for." Next day he comes in, he's like, demolishes the family room, you know, and DJ is like, "Oh, this must be tied to the kitchen renovation and everything's going to be great eventually. You know, it's a little stressful now. My wife and we've moved out to a trailer on our property, you know, and we're just gonna wait it out because it's gonna get better." Anyway, guy goes on day after day, demolishes the whole freaking house. There's not a stick standing on a stick by the end of it. And then the guy never shows up. And that's what Trump's doing to this country. That's what he's doing to this country. Today, Zeus, on my portfolio, I lost $60,000. $60,000 disappeared today. And yeah, super bad day at the stock market. And the thing is that Trump keeps causing these crashes. And then he has his family and everybody, all the billionaires that are already in control of anything, they go on a buying spree. They love it. They're like, "Oh, yes, we sold when it was high. We caused the market to crash. Now it triggered everybody's stop losses. And now it crashes even further. And now we buy. And so then they buy. And then the market starts going up again. But every time that happens, the Trump family and Trump himself owns a little bit more of an interest in a company. And he's going to continue doing that until he owns the controlling interest in every big company in the United States. And when he has that power, to control every company as well as our government, I would say we're already there, Zeus. Like he already has too much control over companies, because he can say, like he did to NVIDIA, we're not gonna, you know, you're gonna pay the government this percentage of every sale that you make. So NVIDIA agrees to it in order to be included in trade negotiations. And he's not a fascist. He's a totalitarian. And a totalitarian doesn't want to control just the money, just the companies, just the everything, to funnel it all to himself like Vladimir Putin does. He wants to control who lives and dies in the country. And he wants to control the thoughts of all the citizens. And yesterday, I don't know if you saw the news, but the United States took off the list of supported religions in the military 180 different religions. So 180 religions, including Unitarians, are taken off the list. So when a combat soldier gets to the end of their rope and they need spiritual support in a form that they are receptive to and understand, there is no longer going to be a spiritual support there for them. They're going to have to believe in Christianity or believe in nothing. And
Wow.
and the truth of it is that he is trying to thought control everyone. And the fact that DJ is still sitting in his trailer while the house is being destroyed and the country's being destroyed and the money system's being destroyed, so that, like, my husband is 5 weeks away from retiring. He's worked for 40 years. And he is 5 weeks away from retiring, and he is under so much stress because he doesn't know if he should do it. Though his body is exhausted, his mind is exhausted. He's a chemical engineer, and he's worked hard his entire life. And so for him to be under this much stress right before he retires, he got his Medicaid bill for Medicare bill for retirement, and it's much more than he expected it to be. And Social Security is much less than he expected it to be, and he doesn't expect any raises in that. And in fact, we don't even know if the system's going to exist in 5 years, because they are deporting all the immigrants, and the immigrants were paying into that system to sustain it, even though they never could benefit from it, which I don't like either. But he took billions from the Social Security fund by having this vicious and violent immigration policy.
Lord have mercy. Wow,
And
this is positivity. You got more? Oh, because we got to.
he is destroying our house. And the longer it takes people like DJ to wake up, the more freedom he's given to destroy the house. And he's not going to build it back up. He doesn't want it built back up. He wants to be Vladimir Putin in the United States. He wants people to be afraid of him. He's wants people to kowtow and tiptoe around, and nobody gets to say anything bad about Donald Trump. And that's what he wants. And that's totalitarian. He wants to control our thoughts about him and our ability to speak about him. He's instituted the surveillance state. That's what he said. You see these TikTok videos about these people setting up secret cameras in their house to catch their husbands and wives cheating, and all these cheating videos that they have going around. Well, that's to get cameras in your house, because Palantir can access those cameras and they can make sure that you're not talking about Donald Trump. So I just want to say, I just want to say, good job, DJ. You're helping us destroy the United States of America.
Thank you, positivity. That's a lot. Oh my goodness, I hate to do that, but we're running short on time. But thank you so much, positivity, for breaking it down and showing DJ how he looks to the rest of us. Honestly, you're living in a trailer, bro. Is there any response you want to say to that, DJ, or you accept it?
Which part are you referring to? I mean, she rambled on for many different things. I'm sorry to hear that your portfolio lost money today. I'm pretty sure if you had the same portfolio yesterday, you picked up a ton. So that's part of being in the stock market. That's part of having a 401k. It goes up, it goes down. Okay. DJ, but it's over 51,000. It's at record highs. I'm not even going to go into that. Okay. You guys know that. You don't need me to tell you that. But to bring up the point that you lost 60,000 after yesterday's record run, then, that just tells me that you had, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am.
So you're still going to support Trump?
Excuse me?
Trusting him. You're still trusting in Trump, right?
I trust who is the current president of the United States, that the citizens of this country elected to run the positions that he ran on. And that's what he's doing.
Okay. DJ, you know what? A 401k is based on the investments in your 401k.
You're exactly right. Yes, ma'am.
So for you to say to her what you just said is ridiculous. It depends on the investments in the 401k.
What part was ridiculous?
He's okay with the trailer. We get it, DJ. Nutty, where are you at?
Wow, what a show.
Yeah, what a
I
show. It's
didn't know
Friday,
where
right?
I didn't know where Poetivity was going with her analogy, but if you really sit and think about everything she just said, it makes
It makes
sense.
sense. Absolutely.
It ma-
It may
it makes sense.
make
And
sense to you, my friend, but not to me
no,
at all.
DJ, I notice I didn't say a word until I was
You're right,
spoken
you
to.
didn't.
So be quiet. Thank you. So I don't understand. And Riggs, you hit it, man. You brought it home. I agree with Kabira. When we are constantly at a slope that's being downgraded, at what point, DJ, do we say, okay, well, if we're consistently going down and we're not coming up, there's a problem? Because two things can be true at the same time. We can continuously be going downgrade and the stock market could go up. So those two things can be true at the same time, DJ. But just because the stock market was at an all-time high on yesterday doesn't mean that the United States of America is not insolvent. And the fact that I've heard every single one of these people ask you time and time again, just one thing that Donald Trump has done for all of us, not for some of us, but for all of us, you struggle on the struggle bus to give a clear answer. I'm going to say this because, the time is fleeting. It's about veterans. Stop thanking veterans for their service. If you want to thank veterans for their service, go into the voting booth and vote your thanks. Vote for policies that's going to make the VA do right. Vote for policies that's going to make all of our lives do right. Stop giving me lip service and saying thank you, because your thank you is a bunch of BS. Start voting your thanks. Showing up at the polls, not just sometimes, but every time. Every time, show up at the polls. Because lip service, that's all it is. Because people have heard thank you. What does it mean? It means nothing. It's the hill of beans. It means nothing. So if you care about veterans, if you care about homelessness, if you care about shrugs, if you care about these things that's affecting our communities on a daily basis, get off your behinds and go vote. And vote in the interest that's going to help these people succeed. Because I'm sure when I say this word, DJ's gonna catch some hives.
No, he won't.
I am a democratic socialist. I'm a socialist through and through. And guess what, DJ? So are you. Because we're in socialism right now. Because we got our interstate system. We got roads that are being paved. We got taxes that are being paid. What is socialism? It's when we all contribute and we all gain from that contribution. Social security. You know what Kabir just talked about and Positivity just talked about? I mean, come on now. I yield right there, Zeus, because I know time is leaving us. So
No, it's fine. All right, well, listen, everybody got to speak. Is there anyone else that wants to say something? Because now it's an open discussion.
Zeus,
I
I
just
like. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry. Go
ahead.
ahead, Miss Kabir.
I would just like to thank Master Sergeant for his commentary he gave us this morning. It was quite enlightening. That was powerful, and I hope DJ really listened to what he said. He probably didn't. He probably doesn't care. But believe me, DJ, it's just, a lot of times now I don't even watch the TV because of some nonsense that Trump is pulling. And people, the good thing is he's losing his popularity. He's at a 69% disapproval rating, 47% under Republicans. They don't like what he's doing. Okay, you have to decide, DJ. Leaving MAGA. Go visit that site. Leaving MAGA. There's a lot of people who are like you. No matter what, that man could have Trump could essay your wife and you'd be perfectly fine with it, or your husband. I don't know what your
Don't cross the
sexual
line,
proclivity
Kabira. Don't
is.
cross the line.
No, I'm just saying I don't know, but you'd be fine with that. Whatever this man does, you're fine with it. And you make excuses for it.
Are you okay with everything that the Democratic Party does, Kabira?
No, and when they do it, I call it out. That's the
Okay,
difference
and I
between
do
you
the
and
same
me.
thing. So don't cross that line is all I'm asking. I'm respectful to you and everyone on this panel.
Oh, I'm ready to cross the line.
Don't tell me
I'm
I'd be
ready.
okay with someone assaulting a member of my family.
Well, he insults members of your family every day when he pulls these type of shenanigans, and then you say you're okay with. It's just like I listen to Trump and I'ma shut up. This morning I was watching something on the news and Trump said I stopped 8 wars. So I Googled, did Trump stop 8 wars? Fact check, no. A lot of those countries' leaders said Trump had nothing to do with it. But this is the type of nonsense that he spews, and you guys run with it because I've heard it on MAGA platforms. He stopped 8 wars. No, he didn't. He had
did
nothing
bomb
to do
8
with
countries.
any of it.
He did bomb 8
So, DJ,
countries. The only president
let
to
me
do
read
so in a
this.
year.
Let me read this. Most of these indicators have shown deterioration since the start of Trump's second term. Foreclosures, they have increased significantly. Bankruptcies, they have increased. Car repossessions surged sharply. Credit card debt remained at record highs. 401ks, early withdrawal hardships have increased. Personal savings decreased. Food costs increased. Fuel costs increased. What do you say to that?
Winning.
DJ? What do you say to that?
Economy is growing.
It's not. No, it's not.
Who
Winning.
though, right? Listen, if the billionaires are holding all the money, then that's it. When you talk about the stock market, who has the money in the stock market? The 1%. The average American is not benefiting from that. So it's just like sitting back and cheering for billionaires, even though you were one hardship away from being homeless, one medical debt from being homeless. And you let these guys play in your faces, and they stole our taxpayer dollars to do it. The thing that disgusts me about Trump is a thief, man. He's a billionaire actually because he stole our taxpayer dollars. And he's using the White House to just suck in money from all over the world now, and it's all pay to play. The corruption is in our face. So when people talk about the stock market, that's great if you're the 1%. But for the average person out here living day to day, I'm watching people fail. I'm watching people lose everything they ever worked for. And it's a damn shame, especially soldiers. I've had people out here who have checked out because it's been so bad. And that's a shame, man, that people say, yeah, they give us lip service, they thank you. If you want to thank us for our service, help us defend democracy. Help us defend democracy, man, because we're losing it. What good is it to do all of this stuff and fight all around the world and try to fight for something you believe in, but then you come back home and watch it fall to pieces? Like I said, that 52-page report, if you like graphs, DJ, go check it out. It is called VDEM Democracy Report 2026. Go get an open mind and look at it for yourself. This country is Sweden. Sweden's pretty much neutral. They got 202 countries in there. Go look at what they're saying about America. Right? Go look and see how we declined 50 places in 1 year. It's the sharp. They're saying it's even worse now than the 1930s. It's the biggest drop in American history. And everyone should be screaming about it. But I understand because of how the propaganda works in this country, they're not going to tell you that we're sliding into autocracy.
If the Economist predicted that if Kamala was president, we would have a growth rate, an average growth rate of above 3% per quarter. If you look at China, they've got nearly a 5% growth rate per quarter. If you look at India, they're doing even better with a 6 to 9% growth per quarter. The United States is failing under Donald Trump. And it's your fault, DJ, because the Economist told us that we would do this. We would fail under Donald Trump. Just looking at his plans without those plans being implemented, they knew the chaos that it would cause in the economy. They predicted it, and here it is.
I would say this. I want to remind, when we talk about predictions, let's remind people of the predictions, because I can't speak for everyone else, but I know I was personally told if you vote for Kamala Harris, you're going to end up with high gas prices, higher grocery prices, higher insurance costs, higher utility costs, and you're going to end up in a new war. And you know what? We voted for Vice President Harris, and that's exactly what we got. So, MAGA, you were spot on with your prediction. We voted for Vice President Harris, and that is exactly what we got. We got all of that, right? And to sit here and this is what I don't understand about the MAGA mentality. They will sit here and say, "Well, I don't agree with everything he does." Okay, you think that gives you an out? You think that gives you some kind of out? Like we're just supposed to be all kinds of forgiving? And I'm going to agree with Union Gang and everyone else. Do not smile in my face and thank me for my service when you voted to directly harm me as a veteran of this country. Just don't do it. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything to a veteran ever again. Because y'all sit here and you say you love veterans, you care about our veterans, yet the person you voted for doesn't give a care about our veterans in any way, shape, or form. With all the funding that they cut, the doctors that they've let go, the nurses staff that they've let go, the back end employees, defunding the 988 number, the self-termination hotline. Y'all voted for all of it. You can sit here and tell me till you're blue in the face, I don't agree with everything he says and does, but you know what? They put it all in black and white, and you were too stupid to go and read it. They made it 904 pages long, knowing you would not go and read 904 pages. You just wanted the Cliff Notes, Project 2025 for Dummies, which was Agenda 47. And y'all wouldn't even do that. So do not ever smile in my face and say thank you for your service when you voted to directly harm me as a veteran, when you voted to directly harm Union Gang and Kabir as a veteran. Every single, and the veterans out there that voted for this man, and I will never back down from this. I'm going to be true to my word. The veterans that voted for Donald Trump, you are nothing but traitors. You are traitors. You betrayed your fellow brothers and sisters, and Kabir and Union Gang know what I'm about to say next, or they know what this is going to mean. You voted against the very men and women who stood that balls to four watch with you, whether it was in the freezing cold or the blinding heat. You voted directly against them, and you forgot all about them. You only cared about your pocketbooks. But then you want to come up to these lives and pocket check us. Talk about we getting paid from this one and that one. Okay, it don't matter where I'm at, because if I'm getting paid from George Soros, you mad. If I'm out here collecting welfare, you mad. So y'all are the sorest, saddest winners I've ever seen in my life. And I'll land my plane with this.
Wow.
Y'all sit here, you simp for a billionaire who told you to get comfortable with being poor, who calls people names on a daily basis. Yet when somebody does it to you, you turn into the biggest, wettest, softest snowflakes on the planet. And if you want proof of that, DJ, you just did it. I'm not going to be okay with somebody assaulting a member of my family. Yes, you are, if it was Trump, because you wouldn't believe it until you saw video of it. I'll cross that line. When you saw video of it, then you'll believe it.
Brave man.
When we have all of this, when we have 28 women who've accused this man of assault, he was an adjudicated rapist in the courts of New York.
Here we go.
Okay? All these things happen, and y'all are sitting here talking about he's got credible witnesses against him that have been released with the Epstein files, right? And y'all are sitting here going, well, if I see video of it, then I'll believe it. Until you see that video, you don't care who he assaults, including your own family members. Miss me with your bullshit.
Well, and the problem is that there is a group of men
Sorry, Zeus,
online
my bad.
now being taught how to grape women, and it has millions of visitors. And I bet too that
Can you repeat
since
that,
the
please?
president
Can you
of the
repeat
United
that?
States was involved in a child trafficking ring, that there's a whole bunch of men curious now about what it's like to do that to a child. Your children, your grandchildren are no longer, we weren't safe anyway. I mean, this country has been unsafe for women for a long time, but we are far less safe now. And that is a direct result of your vote for a man that's included in the files, that participated in that criminal activity for years. The only thing Trump has made great again is measles.
And Poet, I know which website you were referring to. Mishi brought that to my attention some weeks ago because somebody tried putting a picture of her from either her profile or a Facebook picture, tried putting her up on this website.
Yeah.
If it's the same website, and she was telling me about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't even want to go and look. I don't even want to go and look because men who are into this kind of thing, this is where Donald Trump's face should be also. He should have a profile there. But it just saddens me that y'all want to say, MAGA, you want to say, oh, well, I protect women. No, you don't. I protect children. No, you don't. I look out for everybody around me. No, you don't.
I just think this is going in one ear and out the well. It's not even going in the air.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you the DJ response, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say and drop.
Okay.
The DJ response is: you all are liars. None of this has happened because has he been convicted?
When did I
Has he
say
been
that?
charged? Has he been charged? Has he been a convict? Because everything for them, we've seen this. Everything that we bring up, has he been convicted? Has he been convicted? How many times have you heard? Has he been
Yes, he
convicted?
has. I've heard it a lot, but I'll say yes, he's been convicted.
But then why? But if it's against the law, how come he hasn't been charged then? How come this?
Oh, you're
How
talking
come?
about
How
the
come? How
Eugene
come? How
Carroll.
come? How come?
Yeah.
So, what is our solution to all of this? Our solution, and I think we've already preluded to it, is we have the midterm elections coming up. I am
Which
not
will
one of
be
those.
stolen.
I am not going to say that it's not going to happen because if it doesn't happen, we do need to get in these streets physically. Well, the white folks need to get in the streets physically. All right, get in the streets. But we need to make sure that we are checking our voter registration. I live in the state of Missouri. It is super red. So I'm checking every 2 weeks because they are actively here in my state purging on the average of almost 100,000 voters per week here in the state of Missouri. Purging from the voter rolls. Check your voters registration. My campaign has already made a shift, Zeus. We're now walking around with QR codes so people can not only check their registration, but fix their registration if something is wrong with it in
Good.
time so they can vote. We have to talk about voting and get people out to vote. And with that, do good, seek justice, Nutty out.
Wait, Nutty,
All right.
Nutty, wait.
Thanks,
Nutty, wait
Nutty.
1 second.
Thanks
Nutty,
for
wait
being
1
a
second.
sexy Dem.
Nutty, have you seen the article that just posted? A whistleblower apparently has come forward, and the whistleblower is claiming that the Trump administration, they were going to declare 2.7 million people in the United States, mostly Democrats and people of color, as being unalive. Declare them unalive, and so when they go to vote, it's either going to pop up and they're not going to be able to vote, or their vote is just going to be discounted. Have you seen anything like that, Nutty?
I have not, but that doesn't surprise me because that's very listen, that's very smart actually. Because even though we're the walking unalived, I guess
It's not total
we're
BS.
the walking unalive. If we already declared unalived and we go show up to vote, it's going to flag it, and that vote is going to be nothing more than a provisional ballot that they're not going to count anyway. So their strategy is working.
Yep. I'll be
It's
keeping
about
an eye
voter
on this one. I
suppression.
just got the article.
Hey,
He's
Zeus.
pure
All right,
evil,
DJ.
Donald
Bye,
Trump
DJ.
is pure evil.
You
Yeah.
said
You know,
you never have
here's
to
the
vote
rub.
again if
Deuce,
you
I
live
gotta
back
go,
in there.
man. Thanks
So-
for having me up. I can't.
Hey,
I
DJ,
don't
do
have
better,
time to
bro.
listen to all this anymore. So
Hey,
take care,
DJ,
guys.
do better. Do better.
Here's the
Bye-bye.
He
rub.
tapped out. He tapped out. Good
Oh,
job,
yeah, he
panelists.
tapped out. He ran.
That's what I like to do. That's what we do. Full court pressure on these demons and make them tap out just like that. Goodbye, DJ. Don't come up here again for a while. Oh yeah.
Here's-
W to the
here's-
panelists.
Yeah, Flea J.
Here's the rub. Here's the rub. Here's the rub on the voting issue. This guy Trump is putting interim for DNI. We know what he's gonna do. We all know. He plans on stealing it. I don't want to get Zeus's life taken down, but put the pieces together. It fits like a puzzle. This guy has, that's just like me wanting to be a NASA rocket specialist. I know nothing about propulsion, nothing. But you're putting me in charge of it, right? So what if something happens to the country? Next thing I'll say is Poetivity hit it best. And someone in the chat said it best. Tourism is down in the U.S. Part of our GDP depends on tourism. So ask yourself now, when she hit it, who's outpacing the U.S. in GDP is China. And with that, you can drop me, Zeus. Thank you.
No, thanks,
Yes,
Kabir.
ma'am, Miss Kabir, you are absolutely
China is
right.
outpacing us in all categories.
Exactly.
Standard
Exactly.
of living, that's because of America's racism. They cannot, that's why we don't have the best cars. China's got the, we know, listen, they had the best app. TikTok was the best app in the world at what it did. But they blocked it off. They couldn't stand the fact that Chinese ran it. And so they degraded it by giving it to these demons that control it now. And it's been like that. Even though they got far better electric vehicles, we can't see it because they created a monopoly with Tesla.
Gotta remove you, Swerving. I gotta remove you. You gotta warn it. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know how the algorithm be.
We gotta.
You know,
we gotta
my
shut
brother
it down.
said it. My brother said it best. People who hate, they can't even hate correctly. Look what kind of mess they got us in. They hate so much of this, that, and the other. Look what they can't even hate correctly. So you can go ahead and drop me, Zeus. Panel,
Right.
it was great.
Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna drop everyone. We're on the verge. Thank you, everyone, coming onto the show. Happy Friday! All right, that's 2 flags, and I'll take that as a sign that Big Zeus, we cooked, we booked, and we put a lot of pressure on the MAGA demon today. So I want to give all of you a round of applause for helping to make that possible. Like I said, I'm on the road right now. I don't have my normal setup, but we made it work, and we had some great panelists. We saw an exorcism take place. DJ actually conceded that he was wrong. WVIP. He conceded he was wrong, right? But he still would not give me the answer to take back to these college kids about what Donald Trump is doing to give them hope. And the answer is very simple. He's doing absolutely nothing except for enriching himself. And in some cases, it appears to look like he's committing fraud. I can't say he is because, they'll flag it. But a lot of us know what it is. I want to give a special thank you, honestly, to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You're helping me meet my goals with TikTok. They measure things. They say you got to get X amount of diamonds. You got to get X amount of followers. Diamonds equal gifts. As well as people to share the live and share your videos. They want to see the engagement. You all do a great job helping that be possible. And of course, that means I can't do the Lake of Fire as much anymore. I know it's kind of sad. I had to get rid of the gavel and the Lake of Fire. Wow. But it is what it is. But on a serious note, you all, thank you again. And we're going to wrap it up. Yes, verified. Hope you all enjoyed today's show. Please get out there, keep kicking butt, and doing God's work honestly to save this country. We are officially out of here. Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up, get injected with some power, pull some strings, and level up like a king. What a great show. Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit. Thank you, Kabir. Different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skibidi, I'm the go full sharper than a blade. 4 attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game in a choke. Yeeted the doubt, now my Lexi hitting this bespoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint, watch the empire grow. Ghosted all the fakes, now my circle A1. Move it 100, yeah, this race is all we run. Bet I'm dripping, got the power, vision crystal clear. Thick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built
checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot.
Creative
Drip too
E.
clean, get it poppin'.
W
We ain't
Tara,
gon'
W
never stop.
Kabira.
No cap, we lit, yeah. Flow on 1,000, 100, 1,605. Presidential, we founded 100. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game, presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the energy on 100, no facade. Drip celestial, shining brighter than the star. Bet I'm calling shots, got the vision, HD clear. Slack with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. Ops stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1,600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Stacking legacy bricks, every bar's a new crown. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing prime. Presidential, residential, got the poles in the bond. No cap, I'm the vibe, turn the calm in the storm. Got the globe, dropping bombs like I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Rolling through the air, got the city in my grip. Hitting real potent, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in the trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up, we
Let's
taking
go.
over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah, flow on 1,000, 100,
Come on.
1,600 vibes.
Have a great weekend.
Presidential, we
We're outta here.
founded 100.